And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by... Nope.
We got the bearded Soulsy today.
The Mascus Massey.
And the Red Baron.
No.
Welcome to another live edition of Getting Sports with Drunk, live on the PPRN Radio Network. Also
Hola, senores and senoritas.
now streaming on Spreaker. Right? No? Nothing?
Sorry?
I said welcome to another live edition of Getting Sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network, streaming on Spreaker.
That is right.
And we're available on SAP.
First of all, you'd be available in SAP, not on SAP. Yeah, we're not actually in Spanish, but just when you see the SAP button, we're right above it. Imagine Dragons is working on a cover. We're on top of SAP. Hey!
So track us down.
I'll take some private stock for that. That was terrible. Speaking of private stock, Mass is finally back with us. Mass had 2 weeks to watch All Dogs Go to Heaven.
And just refused to.
Why?
It's a Disney film. You would have cried.
Okay.
I don't know if it is a Disney film.
It is Disney.
Is it Disney?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
100%.
No,
I
why?
used to have like the fucking VHS, and the first thing I saw was the Disney sign on it.
Disney symbol. First thing I saw was the sign. Now, Mass, why do you refuse? I know it's confusing for everybody because we can't tell if we're on air or not, but
We're on.
are you sure
Not
we're
even.
on air?
Oh, we weren't.
Huh.
Now we are.
Welcome. No. Why do you refuse to watch Old Dogs Go to Heaven?
If only because I was told I was going to have to take private stock if I didn't.
Yeah, well, now you have to do 5 of them.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not doing 5 in one day. I'm not going to do that to you because I know you won't do it. But you're going to do 1 every day for the next 5 weeks.
that's fine.
Or 3 every day for the next 9
On
weeks.
Sunday, we got to make a bad one, like real bad. I'm thinking wasabi.
Oh, God.
Yeah, actually, he likes wasabi. I'm thinking Soul's juice.
Remember those wasabi peas?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
So just checked. Doesn't look like All Dogs Go to Heaven is a Disney movie.
Jesus Christ, I got this.
So, Souls, while you're looking that up, what are you drinking?
Hazy bastard.
From?
I don't know. Blue Point Brewing Company.
Oh. Baron? Red?
Starting off while new beers chill from Victory, Liberty Bell Ring, DDHD IPA.
I'm drinking the same thing. I started off with a Bud Light to wash down some aspirin and my heart pill.
I'm gonna
Doing it right.
sidestep that real quick. I might actually have to go watch this movie now.
Why? Because one of the biggest selling VHS release ever.
No, I don't really care about that.
Right off the Wikipedia page.
I don't really give a shit about that. Burt Reynolds voices the main character.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did not know that.
Yeah, Balto.
Why don't you?
Balto.
Yeah, you know
the
Balto
goat.
and Jolt? That was another dog movie, right?
Can you tell me the main dog's name? Kyle, shut up.
And
I don't
all,
remember.
all Dogs Go to Heaven?
Yeah.
I don't
I'll take another private stock tonight if somebody can guess that. Not Soul, shut up.
I feel like it's kind of irregular, right? Or am I wrong?
It's fucking stupid.
Is it like a corny like pun type name?
Ish.
Is it a dog name?
Yeah. Well, the last name is. It's associated with dogs.
It's like
Jesus Papas.
His.
Jesus
Do you want to take a
Papas.
guess?
is it something pause?
No.
All right, then I got nothing then.
His name is Charlie B. Barkin.
Okay, I knew it was something like yeah.
I'm a big
God.
fan of Itchy Itchford, though.
Itchy. Why?
It's a good name.
Fair enough.
Jackass.
I was just curious. If
Kyle's
there was more
favorite
to it.
character in Fat Albert was the guy with the hat on his face.
No, because
The
you played by
eyeball.
Marcus Houston.
You love Marcus Houston.
As a singer,
Oh, you like Omarion as an actor.
listen,
So did
they
you
were in
not
this
like
fucked
you?
up movie where like they got their like fingernails chipped off. Kendall saw it.
Yeah, weird movie. Didn't care for it.
I don't understand how they got into that.
I don't know. They also did a movie where they like danced a lot, and then one of their best friends' like little brother died.
Then they hated each other.
And then they were friends again. Classic. Classic. They teamed up to take down the white guys in South Central LA. Souls, you said it. Ray Barron said it. I said it. Chris Massey, what are you drinking?
Patron.
I didn't see him drink the private stock.
From where?
Where the fuck would it have gone?
Under the table, maybe. You could have dumped it. You could have, like...
In your shirt.
Yeah, in your shirt. Pants.
You pants it down quickly.
Lord knows what compartments you have in this Swiss bag. Who knows?
And you do know.
Rebecca could have taken it. The test.
That's the only one I'm doing for that.
The pregnancy test. What? All right, toast of excellence. Anybody have one? No one did one?
I'm going to go ahead and toast to, what's his face? Josh McCown. Coming back at almost the age of 40. Is he 40 yet? He might be 40.
He's the second guy this season to play for 25% of NFL teams. Or be on the roster for 25%. I need him.
I remember him coming back because he was a nobody until he played for the Bears that one season that Cutler got injured.
I need him and Fitz to make a start.
Yes.
I need it bad.
I think it's a really good chance for both.
Yeah.
I have one. Pete Alonso breaking the NL rookie home run record with 40. So good on Pistol Pete there. Mets.
Mine to the Philadelphia Eagles for signing Josh McCown.
Boo.
I'm
No.
kidding.
All right. Okay, I was about to be really upset.
Thought
What
we
is
got
it?
more chuckles out of that one.
No, because it was lame.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Souls.
Mass. Ruthless aggression.
You respect me.
Or what?
I don't
Okay.
know. Figure it out.
What's your toast to excellence?
My toast of excellence is to Charlie Manuel becoming the Phillies hitting coach again.
All right.
Not again, being part of the Philly coach.
Right. I know what you meant.
Shut up.
I was on your side.
I know.
Some people just like to watch the world burn.
Mine's to James McCann for hitting 2 grand salamis in the same series.
Hey. Very Fernando Tatis like.
Shut up,
Oh my God, Souls.
Yeah, but people like James McCann. Nobody liked
Fernando
Fernando.
I
Tatis
liked
did it in
him.
a game.
Yeah, I know that. Do you know who he hit it off against?
Probably Adam Wainwright.
Nope, Bruce Chen.
And that makes it feel better.
Should make you feel
He
better.
played for like 35 teams.
Whatever, let's
Are
crack.
there 35 teams?
No. Yes. No.
He played for the
Crack your
Expos.
beers, but don't drink them. All right. Today we take a sip of silence in memory of the late, great Cedric Benson, running back for the Chicago Bears, Cincinnati Bengals, and Green Bay Packers. 2006 NFC champion, 4th overall draft pick. Gone too soon. Lost him to a motorcycle accident over this past weekend. Prayers to his family.
Rest in peace.
Very good.
Yes.
All right.
I think that was one that, like, we've done a few, but I think that's one that kind of touched everybody at the table. I think everybody had a liking for Cedric Benson. I don't think so. I know he played for the Bengals, but I don't think you ever really disliked Benson.
I didn't hate him. Didn't like him.
Why?
Didn't care about him.
I mean, a household name,
Indifferent.
running back of our youth. You know, just one of those
I never
things.
even watched him play, and I knew who he was as soon as I heard about the news.
He's 36. Could still be playing.
Yeah, it's true. But,
How old is Frank Gore now?
Oh,
35.
he's ageless.
Pretty sure his dick size still bigger than his age, though. Guy's got a fucking salami hanging around in his pants.
Guy's doing well for himself.
I'd like to see his dick fight Andre Johnson.
I
That would
believe
be a good fight.
Paul and
Did
Ken
he
have
get
something to
tackled by
say
his dick
this
once?
time at the stable.
I'm sorry.
Didn't he get like grabbed?
Yeah, he was running and someone was trying to tackle him. And they ended up
He doesn't wear a cut.
getting a little
Yeah.
piece of him, and he didn't go down. Mass, I just have to let you know that I'm going to scrape you this year in fantasy football, and I'd like to wager McDonald's, but I don't know how I'm supposed to wager the McDonald's. So, could you help me out here?
No, you got to,
All right. If
Mass, I'm going to scrap you in fantasy football, because that's what mine says. I have to scrap you in fantasy football. And I'm also going to wager McDonaldson's on it.
So
Loser buys So whoever scores, so we'll go matchups. I think if we play each other once, whatever. If we play each other twice, if we split it, we'll go off total points.
Okay.
Loser has to buy the other one.
40 to 10 pieces.
Now up to $15 worth of fast food of their choosing.
I like fast food of our choosing because I'm going to definitely make it that we're going to go to Burger King and cook for us.
I'm not going to cook. I'm just going to put it on your tray.
Sure, he doesn't cook it. Not anymore.
Sometimes. But
If we can convince everybody to call out though, and come with us,
We'll buy you all $15 worth of fast food.
Then you see this video of the Souls Whopper, no cheese. And then
So is there a reason that you felt the need to text
Whopper,
them to say
no
that,
cheese.
but you
And
didn't
then he
want
goes,
to say it?
"Ba-da-ba-ba-ba," and I'm like, and he's
no,
like,
because there's a funny thing that I do. I always text them, if you read this,
you have
etc.,
to.
you have to do it.
Yeah. Sometimes there are things like that. Sometimes they're like, hey, if you read this, you have to go kiss my dad on the mouth. And it's weird stuff. You know?
Oh, is that what you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, I thought that he texted him.
And also, I don't have to say it. My drafting skills will speak for itself.
Coming up.
Someone doesn't have any.
Not true.
Very true.
Untrue at all. Did I say that right? Well, I just want everyone at the table to know that I was once in second to last place in MOB, and I'm in second in fantasy baseball.
I think I'm still in last.
Yes.
By a lot.
Yes. I just come off a victory off of you, but it's all White Sox, so it's like you play less games. So it's just,
What?
Doesn't it go off of how many players, like how
I'm
many
not
matchups
doing
you
that
have?
anymore.
It just goes by how they do for the week, man.
No, it's like it goes
And
off
if they don't
matchups
play,
in
they
terms
don't
of like
play.
who had more RBIs. Like, did your team produce
Right.
more RBIs or did my team?
Right,
Produce?
I understand that point aspect, but there's this thing that says that
Games
100,
played. That
100
just means how many games you have left between your players.
Well, there was one point where Paul had 59 games, and I had like 120 something.
Because all of them play for the same team.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I meant initially.
So I had 17 guys playing 4 games.
Yeah.
You had 17 guys on different teams playing 4 games. So that would be, mine's just 17 times 4. Yours would be 17 times that times 4. It would work out.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, but I didn't.
Matt, how's that itch? Did you help?
Yeah. Actually helped. Thank you.
He slaps his back. Well, anyway, so we have 2 drafts coming up, and I guarantee that this year, in both leagues, I come in second to last place.
Okay.
100%. And you souls are coming in third to last place.
Probably not true.
Who's coming
Sure.
in last?
It might be you.
Tyler.
Yeah, it could be him. It could be Eric. Eric's not really good in our league.
Eric always finishes in 7th.
Well, that would be third to last, so that's your spot now. So if you're finishing third to last, Eric's going to have to drop.
But we have our draft is what? How many shows
Our friend
from now?
group draft. Oh, our draft is not next Monday or the Monday after. Our friend group draft is this Sunday, and we will be doing a live draft at Kendall's abode.
Yep.
Winner gets the shiny trophy that's currently being carried by Jeff, and the
haven't
loser
seen in a while.
loser gets pelted with tomatoes.
That's right. There will be burgers and dogs and beer, so if any listeners want to stop by and
Who's
bring
cooking
your own. I don't want to cook them. How does that sound? I will, but I don't want to.
I am bringing them.
I'll cook.
I got everybody there.
I just don't know if I want you to cook.
I did the hard part.
Who, me or him?
What's the hard part?
Making sure everybody gets there.
Yeah.
Well,
Give it all kudos to Kyle. Who's the one that went out and bought the nice, cool draft board that everybody always wants, but no one ever wants to pull the trigger on? Who's the one that's hosting it? Who's the one that's provided the hot dogs? And who's the one that's bringing beer?
Okay. But who's the one that's making sure everybody gets there?
You're not making sure everybody gets there. You just told everybody, hey, it's this day. There's no guarantee everyone shows up.
They better? Or they're getting auto-drafted.
how does it work with live draft?
We'll figure it out.
If they can FaceTime if they want with somebody, if somebody wants to entertain FaceTiming them.
I got a bad battery on my phone.
I'm not texting. If someone's picking, I'm not going to be like, picked. No, I'm taking him next. You can't have him. Actually, I should try to do that with the person who's ahead of me if they're not there. Hey, I'll try for you. They pick like, give me Saquon Barkley. Be like, nice, taken. I have the first pick. He's gone.
Sorry.
He's gone.
Sorry about that.
Best running back available, Eddie Lacy.
It's a shot at you, bitch.
No, it's not. It's a shot at Kyle.
Kyle, I wish we could go back in time I just wish we could. And he says no.
Just remember,
Why? Who would I
At
pick?
one point, you blew Kyle out big time in 2 games in the same season.
That's right. That's right. Many moons ago.
He didn't even make the playoffs that year.
I did.
No, you didn't.
4 seed.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because Kendall beat Jeff, and I lost to Chris, and then Kendall beat Chris in the finals.
Although Pat, that was in it.
No, that was the next year.
Yeah.
That was the year that you won because you beat Pat.
No, Chris beat Pat in the championship. I won the year after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Chris was in it twice, 2 years.
Pat's gonna have a tough time with this.
Why?
He didn't have the best available pick anymore.
He still can.
Well, you know what's weird? Does it always
He
go...
can just pull up like the top 300 fantasy players and then just go down the list.
Is our draft always the same order every year?
No.
No?
No. Well, yes, Kyle always has the whatever pick he wants, and then everybody
That's
else.
not true.
It's
I don't want the
100%
one pick.
true.
But, Kyle, don't you always have first pick?
Yeah, because I think it's because I make the league.
No, it's because Kyle wants the first pick.
Well, I was just wondering because I only came in last once, but in back-to-back years, maybe 3 times, I was 10th. So I didn't know if it was just...
Yeah, I picked 6th like 5 times.
So I
I either pick 4th or 6th.
I'd rather have 10.
It doesn't make a difference, 1 or 10.
It's about the same. I mean, you could go draft 10th and pick Bell first. That's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, but you would look like a stud if he played.
Yeah. But he didn't.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
I picked him last year in our league.
Bummer. Oh, well, either way, I'm excited. I get excited for fantasy football every year. I always like to draft. My strategy, as you guys know, is draft,
What's the strategy?
whatever. And then make sure your bench is awful. That way you don't feel bad if,
You mean draft names?
And then by
Chargers?
week 9, acquire as many Chargers as possible.
Exactly. That's the strategy.
That's why whatever pick you have first round this year, you just got to go out and get Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I think
Then you
so.
have the hardest to acquire one.
Yeah.
Because you could trade for Phillip Rivers, but you're not going to be able to trade for Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
If you have a bunch of B squad guys. So, I think whatever, even if you have the first pick, you got to get Keenan Allen.
Right off the bat, Keenan Allen.
Well, Melvin Gordon, I guess, with the first pick.
Yeah, I should just,
If he plays,
cut to the chase.
Doesn't matter. You got to have him.
pick Austin Eckler.
You can get him with the 20th pick.
You think Chris Gregg will still be available?
Yeah.
Yeah?
In the first round?
Well, I just meant in general.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We started a Jets franchise. We have Charles Clay. Caught a touchdown.
I'll never forget. I'm pretty sure Riddler was the first person to say this. And I was telling somebody this story today. One of the funniest things I ever heard was Charles Clay will ruin your fantasy team. I don't know why. It's just so funny to me.
He will.
Because he's just one of those guys. He has such high hopes every year. Like, you see, he does have like those big games here and there. It's like he'll go out and he'll have like 7 receptions for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he's like, yeah, this guy will do it again. Won't.
Then he'll do that for the next 15 games in total.
And now he's a Cardinal.
Which, bodes whatever for him. We'll see.
Might be a safety blanket for the toddler there.
Yeah.
Kyle Murray.
Did you guys catch any of the preseason games?
No, because I can think of thousands of other things I'd rather be doing.
Well,
with
so
my time.
I haven't watched any live ones, but on YouTube, they'll kind of like recap them for like
Yeah.
13 minutes, whatever. I'll watch like the Steelers one.
Nah, I haven't watched any. I watched one highlight, and it was the David Montgomery touchdown in the first game. That was it. That's all I watched.
I watched Josh.
Oh, no, and I also watched the kicker that we just cut make the field goal from the exact same spot in the exact same side of the field that Parkey missed.
Yeah, makes you feel good.
Yeah, and then he got cut. So,
Yeah, I got to watch Josh Dobbs throw like a really bad interception in the end zone versus the Chiefs there.
It was his fault.
I'm not defending him. It was
who
bad.
cares? You're never going to see him take a snap
We did last year.
when it didn't matter.
It mattered. We lost that game. It was to the Raiders.
Why did he play?
When Ben came out in the third quarter,
Yeah, he
he missed
randomly
the whole third quarter and came back in the fourth.
for some weird
So
reason.
he didn't lose you the game.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
You don't lose the game on one drive, Kyle.
No, it was the whole quarter.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Dude, Ben was moving the ball the entire game.
Okay, so you're gonna. So what did Dobbs do?
Threw a pick and fumbled once.
Okay, what'd you guys lose by?
3.
Okay, so you're gonna tell me that you guys couldn't stop the Raiders, the worst offense in football last year, one extra time? Where was your defense?
They were playing, but they were in the red zone both those times.
You know what happened?
Doesn't matter.
It
Your
does
defense
matter.
your defense should have been able to stop the worst offense in football.
It wasn't the worst offense.
It was pretty much the worst offense in football.
Well, and it was also, too, Boswell missed the game-tying field goal. Juju had a big game, and they got into field goal range. And that's what Boswell was, like, sucking for those entire season.
Sucked all last year.
Yeah, that was the joke I was getting to. But we could have tied it and lost in overtime, so oh well. But I like watching those clips on YouTube of the highlights. And you get to see, you hear clips of the announcers, and you wonder what they were saying prior to. Weird stuff sometimes. But not that it matters, but I'll tell you what, a lot of turnovers for both teams, Chiefs and Steelers. There was, in the closing minutes of the first half, they turned the ball over like back to back times. Like there was like 28 seconds on the clock for 10 minutes.
I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, bad. Real bad. Across the board.
Like good thing for the defense.
I just think
I'm
sloppy.
not going to blame Dobbs. You guys gave up 2 sacks to the worst pass rushing defense in the NFL. You guys amassed a whopping total of 30 rushing yards on the day.
We didn't have Connor either.
Doesn't matter.
Actually, Connor went down in that game.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he
play.
did.
He didn't play.
Yes, he did.
Then he didn't rush for a single yard.
He went down early in that game.
So he didn't rush at all? He had no rushing attempts in that game?
He had one and he had a high ankle.
He has no
sprain.
rushing attempts. Right here, I'm looking at the
Okay,
box.
I get it, but that's when he went down that game.
But he doesn't have any rushing attempts.
I don't know what to tell you.
He has no rushing attempts and he has no receiving.
Regardless, hate losing to the Raiders.
You do it all the time.
Do it all the time.
We've lost the worst Raider teams.
I'll always really hate that.
When they had Matt DeSupia.
What?
Exactly.
I can't think of the no, it was a Marquette King. Whatever the Raider that broke off the big run, like the 90-yard, the quarterback, I'm pretty sure. I can't
Marcus Russell?
That was Terrell Pryor.
Terrell Pryor. That's who it was. Broke off like a 90-yard.
I like to imagine Marcus Russell doing it, though.
I would have turned off the TV. Turn it on later, but I turned it off for a little while.
It would have taken about as long as James Harrison's return touchdown.
He was probably snorting coke during that run.
This hypothetical run, he was snorting coke.
During the run.
Yeah. Had the crossbars.
Why does
and the
that
helmet.
football have 2 things with laces?
Oh, never mind.
All right, so Soldier, you pitched this big segment you had. What do you got?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did on the way over here.
What was it?
You said you had a segment. I said, what are we going to talk about? You go, I got a couple things.
No,
He wasn't in the car with us. Don't blame him.
I didn't say that.
Who are you going to believe? Me or Kyle?
Neither.
It's tough. He does have a trusting face.
He's also wearing a weird All-Stars hat. Doesn't tell you what for. Just says All-Stars.
For being a good guy.
Oh, now it's the R All-Stars. He's part of the Russell All-Stars. Which means that you can find his apparel on the clearance rack at Walmart.
Kiddo had a segment.
Well, I do have a segment, but I kind of wanted to do it for the second hour.
Why is it a long segment?
Well, no. I just figured that perhaps we could just make it stretch, but...
All right, that's fine. All right, let's do some yearbook awards. Ooh. Okay, all right. So we'll just go off the NFL. Mass isn't paying attention, but we'll go off players in the NFL. All right. Most likely to be a New England Patriot by the end of the season.
Good question. Definitely a receiver.
Someone like, obviously, like semi, like a name that would be known. I'm not saying he's going to be like Keenan Allen or DeAndre Hopkins, obviously, but like...
Charles Clay.
Charles Clay. Golden Tate. Yep. It's going to be a Patriot. I have a feeling.
Des Bryant.
I can see Des Bryant being a Patriot. That would make me mad.
We're talking only free agents?
No. He just said Golden Tate.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Not listening. That's a shot of Patron.
No. Asshole.
Come on, Mass.
Patriot before the season's end.
Could be anybody. Doesn't have to be a receiver. The trend has kind of been receivers.
Jimmy
Anytime.
Garoppolo.
Big middle finger to all parties involved.
That'd be so stupid. All right. What tight end, or this tight end is most likely to overachieve this year? So it'd be like the most likely to overachieve award.
I'm gonna pick Jordan Reed because he just has to only get hurt one time.
It's fair. Did Tyler Eifert end up getting cut?
Nah, he's
No.
back.
They signed him to like a 2-year deal or something.
I can picture him also being a Patriot.
David Njoku.
He just wanted to say that name.
I didn't.
Liar.
Charles Clay.
I rejected the premise.
Checked the premise.
Hunter Henry.
Oh wow.
That's another guy that only has to get hurt once.
To exceed expectations.
See, I don't know what would be considered overachieving for Jimmy Graham. Like at this point, if he just had 10 touchdowns and like 400 yards, would that be overachieving?
No, that's something that Jimmy Graham should be doing.
But he hasn't done it in a long time. So like, would it be overachieving now?
I would say no.
I don't think it's something Jimmy Graham should be doing. It showed that Jimmy Graham benefited from Breeze. You don't always just have to have an elite quarterback to be good. Sometimes you have to have the right guy.
He only had what one good year with Seattle.
I don't think it was a good year.
No.
He started off good,
Was it started off
and
good?
then it just was not. It was just obsolete.
What? I don't know. I thought it was the other way around. But anyway, he's past his.
Good.
Jim Graham, no more.
Good. All right. Most likely to retire.
Mid-season or at the end of the season?
Just who's the next guy that's most likely to retire?
Vontae Davis.
See, I don't want to pick Mccown because that's a cop out, but probably McCown.
Luke, right?
Most likely to retire. I'm gonna go with. I think Frank Gore hangs it up
After this
Son
year.
of a
after this
bitch.
year. I think he does. I don't want him to. I think he could play forever.
No, that's what I was going to say. This.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
I'm going
You
to
say
go
it
with
anyway.
Sean McCoy.
Ooh, all right. So what about those Bills, huh?
There's fucking 9 of them.
Trying to think. He took Frank Gore.
Didn't have anybody else.
I wasn't thinking of anybody else. I didn't think anybody would be sacrilegious
Think of
enough to
Bill.
say Frank Gore.
Except for you devil worshiper.
I don't know. Fuck it. This is the year Brady retires.
That'd be cool. He's like, hey, had fun. See you later. Keep the money.
Oh, you know what? Didn't change my answer. Antonio Brown.
Maybe. He's kind of a wild card. He does whatever he wants.
Paul, remember that time the mask got really mad at you and I for saying that TJ Yeldon's really good?
What?
We didn't say he was really good. We just said he was better than
J.J.
He was better than J.J.
You know, I remember this, but I don't remember when it happened.
It was on the group text when the Bears were.
Oh, yeah.
When the Bears traded Howard.
I remember that.
So I want to take the cop-out answer, kind of like how you did with Josh McCown, and go Matt Bryant. Because he's still a free agent and as a kicker.
Yeah.
But I'll go active guy. I'm going to say Eli Manning.
Vinatieri.
Well, think about it. Like, if Eli goes out, if Eli's replaced by, week 6, and Daniel Jones just does enough to show that he's can be the starter next year, what's there really for Eli? Is he going to want to go play somewhere else?
Here's your cop-out answer. Alex Smith.
It's not a cop-out. It's not a cop-out answer. He's coming back. He said he has every intention to come back.
I don't
It's
know
not
that
like
he can.
Why can't he?
His leg damage his leg was really fucked up, wasn't it?
Why are you eating cat food on crackers? Why the fuck does it come with a little spoon? What happened to you? This is a guy that once backed my minivan into a telephone pole to go buy Taco Bell at 3 in the morning. A guy that once purchased, $100 worth of fast food with Kendall just so I could come back to $30 worth of it in my oven. And now you're
fucking remember that.
you're
stopped
fucking
at 3
eating
places.
cat food with a spoon on crackers.
I like it. What happened to you?
Chicken cranberry salad kit. Does it come with the cucumbers and the
No.
lettuce?
No.
Oh, you got to add that. It's not part of the. They can advertise it, but they can't supply it.
Just so you know, this is 240 calories.
Yes,
You know that
I'm aware.
You can get an egg and cheese McGriddle for 240 calories.
I don't think that's true.
And feel better about yourself.
Well, that's not true. Last night, Kyle and I crushed a bag of pizza rolls.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 80 count.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was this 40-40 split, or was it...
Probably pretty close.
Yeah, it was just kind of like grab and go?
Yeah, just put them in a big bowl. We were playing a game of Madden. We just kept reaching in between us.
We finished it pretty quick.
What was the heat-cold ratio?
It wasn't bad at all.
They were all hot.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I heated them in the oven because there was so many.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get it all in one tray?
Yeah,
Good man.
425 for 18 minutes. 18 and a half because we were on a big drive, so I had to finish on the drive.
What was the final score of that game?
I think we lost that game. Kyle,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it was. Kyle blew that game.
Kyle, would you like to comment on
I
this?
suck at Madden.
Not the response I thought we
So-
were going to get.
I'm
Play
gonna
me in
throw up
2K.
from this over here.
What happened?
I'm gonna throw up from this fucking Friskies over here.
Play me in 2K.
So, the way Souls and Riddler play, now correct me if I'm wrong, traditionally Souls plays offense, Riddler plays defense, right?
So that was the first year, and then
You guys swap games?
no, and then we created players and did me at quarterback, him at running back, and then we lost the first one in the wild card or divisional game. Then we lost the championship game. So this year we did it. We didn't make any players. We did a fantasy draft, and we're both playing the offense. He's playing the quarterback as Scam Newton,
Mhm.
and I have the running back duo of Philip Lindsay and Tariq Cohen.
Nice.
We had 3,000-yard rushers and 2,000-yard receivers on the offense.
What difficulty are you playing on?
All pro.
So,
The second highest.
second highest, yeah. It's all Madden next, right? No,
We
not
just
too
didn't put it on
shabby
all
there.
Madden because our defense was so bad. It was one of those things where we really stacked the offense. We picked Von Miller and Geno Atkins, and then we didn't pick another defensive player for
Yeah,
20
there you go.
picks.
Get us
You know,
pretty,
we did the whole we pick your offensive line. We made sure we got Tyreek Hill and AJ Green.
yeah.
So Tyreek Hill and AJ Green both had 1,000 yards receiving. Cohen, Lindsey, and Cam all had 1,000 yards receiving. Philip Lindsay broke the
Cam had 1,000 yards receiving.
or rushing. Sorry.
Okay.
Philip Lindsay broke both LaDainian Tomlinson touchdown records.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty good day at the office.
And then the drawback is your secondary members are guys that you've heard of, but, you know,
After Geno Atkins, I think our highest rated defensive player is a 78.
nice.
No, Jenkins was an 80.
Who?
Janoris Jenkins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, still.
Chris Conti is their starting safety.
No, we have Quandre Diggs.
Don't say that with such pride, Kyle.
All right, who is most likely to succeed after football?
Tom Brady.
See, I don't know, because I can't picture Tom Brady doing announcing or coaching or anything like that.
So when you pose,
I already said he would never do coaching.
I picture him. The only thing I can really picture him doing would be the next kin of Robert Kraft, owning the Patriots. But I wouldn't consider that a success thing. Unless they go on to win as many Super Bowls as Kraft has won. But I mean, when I think of success,
Brady's just going to come in and just, fine, I'll do it myself.
I'm thinking of success though. I'm thinking of things look at what Tony Gonzalez is doing for himself, or look at what
Jason Witten, bad example.
your worst enemy there on NBC.
oh, Harrison? Rodney
Yeah,
Harrison?
Rodney Harrison, Phil Simms, all these, Troy Aikman, all these guys that, or not even that. There's plenty of other things, you look at Shaq. I know he's not football, but he owns 700 restaurants.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. I can't see Tom Brady being a commentator because not that he doesn't have a personality, but it just he's a good interview. He's not stiff, but he's not. He doesn't have that standout
Right.
haha, he's the funniest guy in the room
Yeah, no, I know
type
what you mean.
thing. So I can't see him on TV.
Right. It's I feel the same way about Breeze.
Yeah, I can't see Breeze on.
Breeze is a good personality. He does well in his interviews, and has fun at practice and stuff. I just can't see him being a TV personality.
Right. Now, my opinion of Peyton is skewed because he's been on SNL and all those commercials. So it's now I know what he's like on camera. So
Right.
I can envision him being a decent guy calling, color commentary or whatever.
That's the same with Eli.
Well, that's the thing, though. I don't
No.
I don't think Peyton is a good color commentator. I just think because he's so dry that he just comes off as funny in the Nationwide and is it Nationwide?
Yeah.
Nationwide and SNL and all that. Yeah, Nationwide is on. Yeah.
Chicken
Him and Brad
barbecue
Paisley hanging
tastes
out.
so good.
So I need answers.
Cat
All right.
food right now.
Phillip Rivers.
Got a lot of kids. Kind of has to.
I'm going to say Adam Vinatieri.
By that merit, Antonio Cromartie.
He's already out of the league for like 4 years.
And he has a TV show.
Does he?
Yeah, called like Defensive Back in 11 or something.
Because they do I think Fox is more or CBS is more notorious for this. The Jay Feely's on the field what's the kicking conditions? I think they could have Vinatieri do that, but it'll just be better because it's not Jay Feely.
Pat McAfee was doing it. Souls?
I think Tom Brady.
Really? So despite everything I said, you still think Tom Brady?
He's
Dude,
a
first
homer.
of all, in order to be successful, it doesn't have to be football related.
No, it's true.
His wife's making millions.
But I mean successful in terms of their own endeavors.
I think he'll win the Patriots.
Think he's going to own the Patriots one day? Mass?
Kraft just gives
I
it to
already
him.
said Phillip Rivers.
Or hey, Dick?
Kraft's old, man.
He's like, Tom, I love you like a son. And his son is like, Tom, you're a better man. Take the team.
You're a better man. That's funny. That's a good one. Good on you.
Thank you.
Andy Dalton. He might work on CBS.
I could see it.
Baker
Rock.
Mayfield.
Red Rocket.
So foreseeably, Baker Mayfield's got this long career. Matt's already called me.
No, well, Baker Mayfield, whether it's short career or long career, well, I think he'll do more of the Pat McAfee route than the Troy Aikman route. Just
There's nobody I can really see that's in the league right now doing commentating.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. He's done guest commentating before, hasn't he?
Greg Olson.
He was
No.
bad.
It was.
See, there's people I like.
The listeners appreciate that more when you're in the mic.
Yeah, he was.
There you go.
There's people who I like who are like
Better than
people,
Boogie McFarland.
who are like
Mobile.
big talkers like Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders. Like I like them on TV, but they're not necessarily good. They're not
Deion
good at it.
Sanders has to I feel like he goes through a 2-hour prep before every show, just being like, all right, Deion, let's get the blackout.
Yeah.
Let's get the blackout. Let's not talk the way we normally talk.
He puts on like a bandana, takes it off, puts it back on.
He goes through the whole prison mic routine from The Office. I can see Larry doing commentating though.
He put him in his suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could
So
I
I
think
wish
he's more of a
Gronk didn't
coach.
retire yet, because that would be mine.
Gronk.
Yeah, Gronk, because I feel like Gronk's got some good things coming his way.
Like what? I'm legitimately curious.
He could definitely do guest color commentary. There's ties between him and the WWE. He could do literally anything he wants with Barstool Sports.
Yeah,
they fucking
he
love him.
should be the mascot for Barstool, honestly.
Yeah. He could be part of the Pat McAfee show. I mean, he could, all that stuff is that's right up his alley. He's got the personality for it.
So, sorry to topic jump. Laces Out is Pat McAfee or
Not
no?
anymore.
Not anymore.
So I don't think it's him anymore.
Oh,
He
okay.
has his own thing now. He just signed a contract with WWE.
It's actually Ace Ventura.
Team
Anybody else have
detective.
any superlatives? Yearbook awards, I mean?
First coach fired this year. I'm gonna go with.
I don't know if we'll see anybody fired during the season.
No.
No. I don't know who kept their job last year that's still on the hot seat this year.
Well, our normal answer is gone.
Garrett.
Marvin Lewis.
Who'd you say?
Garrett?
He's not on the hot seat. He took his team to the playoffs last year. Why would he be on the hot seat? He'll be on the hot seat if they don't perform well during the season, but he'd get fired after the season. He wouldn't get fired during the season. He's not going anywhere during the season.
I would say Mike Zimmer.
What? Minnesota.
You can see that. I could also see
Or Doug Marrone.
him.
In Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick, I think.
Shanahan?
No, he's a good coach.
It's
He just
San,
got
San
fucking-
Fran.
Dismantled by injuries last year.
Can't think of a good guy for my own question.
I mean, I think that there's potential for Adam Gase to potentially do the one and done thing if the Jets really shit the bed. If they really shit the bed, I mean, if they go 1-15, I could see them,
Dan Quinn.
especially having the rookie quarterback. Dan Quinn, though, got fucked by injuries last year, too.
I think if the Falcons started off flat,
Maybe.
like 2-4, 2-5.
Real quick, I just want to touch on this. One of our group jokes that we can't do anymore is Matt Bryant being Dan Quinn's
Daddy.
father.
Daddy!
Daddy, go kick that field goal for us. Will son shakes it.
Shakes it.
Well, he's in our hearts. He'll still be his father.
Ron Rivera.
That's
Possibility.
Yeah.
Like if they really underperform big time,
Again.
and like if like McCaffrey goes down and Cam just sucks. Because I don't think that defense will return to form.
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay?
Fucking.
Get him out of the building. Only scored 3 points in the Super Bowl.
Facts. Sad.
Yeah. That was a bummer for me.
Freddie Kitchens.
For you.
I don't think so.
The Browns suck.
I don't think so.
With all that hype.
I think he would have a
I-
superlative for best name.
Well, yeah, definitely best name. I don't think he would, for coach, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he would be a one and done. He definitely wouldn't go anywhere during the season. They wouldn't hire a 1 year guy midway through the season, but I wouldn't see them getting rid of him after a year, even if they like kind of shit the bed.
Who was the Cardinals guy that they did that
Cliff
to?
Kingsbury.
Oh no,
No,
last
no,
year
last
was
year. Randomly, like that.
Steve Wilkes.
Yeah.
Steve
that's
Wilkes.
it.
That was really weird.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
I don't think the Cardinals wanted him as their coach.
They didn't want him. No, they didn't want him, and I don't think they wanted Rosen, but he wanted Rosen.
What about O'Brien or Vrabel?
Vrabel, no.
Maybe O'Brien. It's kind of weird because every year Houston, it's like they build them up like, hey, they're really good, and then they'll be bad for 3 years, and they'll be really good for that 1 year, and then they just it's the next guy up for head coach. So I don't know. I think if not necessarily if like they go like 9-7, I think they'd have to like start really bad. Like if they go like 1-7 or something, then he's
What
out.
coach of the year?
Andy Reid.
Think so?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs not as
Who won it last year?
Last year was.
didn't he win?
No.
No.
It wasn't McVay.
Was it
Who won coach of the year last year?
the boy in Los Angeles Chargers?
Yeah, what?
It was
Anthony Lynn
Oh yeah, it was Lynn, wasn't it?
in the West. I knew it, kind of, not really. Guessed. But Andy Reid, that's my pick.
No. It was Nagy.
Did he win coach of the year?
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew he won a coach of the year, but I thought that was just from.
good on him.
I thought I didn't think that was the NFL awards. I thought that was just like the AP awards.
He was so good, we didn't even remember. Well, he deserved it, I think. But Lynn came to my head. Seemed like a guy who would have won it. But Andy Reid, my pick this year.
Doug Marone.
Really? Wow.
That's the Eagles coach, right?
No.
No,
Who's the Eagles coach?
Chip Kelly.
Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson.
Marone is Jacksonville.
More Jacks.
Chip Kelly. We're going with Chip Kelly.
Okay.
Ha-
Still the
hashtag
head coach, baby.
Doug Peterson.
hashtag more Jacks.
Stupid. Some of those cans are terrible.
Freddie Kitchens.
Wow. FK.
I think if we're going based off of like team finishing, like rankings, I think everyone that was named is fair. But I think if you're going just off of like where the team was last year, where the team's going to be this year, I think Bruce Arians might win it.
Yeah.
I could see. I mean, if Bruce Arians does what he does well, does what he did so well in Arizona, I mean, I could see him taking that team to being like an 8-8 team, which were they from where they were last year.
I hope so. I'm an Arians guy.
See, I hope so for Arians, but I don't want to see Jameis Winston get a contract. I want him out of the league. He sucks. Bad.
I ask this like every week. Who's their backup there?
Now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mass is on it. Now that Fitzpatrick's
Cody
not
Kessler?
there. Oh, God.
Any guesses?
No.
No, just
Ryan Griffin.
who?
Brian Griffin.
Whose leg do I have to get a start around here? Oof, yikes.
That was bad.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd. Tough crowd.
Souls, you got a yearbook award?
Most likely team to underachieve.
Underachieve.
Kyle's gonna say the Browns. Kyle just now he's got a reason to start hating the Browns. So he's starting early. It's like they're fucking terrible. They're
No,
a
I
bad
just think everybody's
team.
overhyping them.
It's because you ride the train of Odell not being good.
No,
Yeah, you've argued Odell not being good on the show.
I'm not saying he's not good.
But you made the argument about him not being like a top 5 receiver on the show.
I don't see it.
I'm going to go New Orleans.
He's a top 5 receiver, Kyle.
I think New Orleans still makes the playoffs.
Mass is going to say the Rams.
I anticipate New Orleans going 10-6 and kind of getting a wild card spot.
Mine's probably the Chargers. I just think it was kind of like I just don't see them doing what they did last year. Like I think they might still get a wild card, but like at a less impressive rate.
I say the Chiefs.
Based on just Mahomes not being as explosive or defense.
I don't think
sucking?
he's the problem. I don't think that they can keep up with the defense giving up so many points.
Yeah.
They did it last year.
Yeah,
Defense didn't get any worse.
they got younger. They don't really know.
They didn't get worse though.
I don't know.
They didn't get worse, and they're putting the same offense on the field.
But it's like, can he keep up again? I think he's going to fall short a few times.
Well, I definitely in the camp that I don't think he's throwing 50 touchdowns again. So, I mean, I don't know. And I do think that they are going to give up a lot of points.
Can the running back do what he did last year? Because he was not good in Miami.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
can the other receivers step up?
Well, as long as they win the division, it doesn't matter how how they do it. They're still going to be considered a success. I don't think the Chargers are going to take it from them. The Chargers beat themselves,
Yeah. Oh.
and if they don't have Melvin Gordon, they're not doing anything. So
Their kicker will probably suck this year.
what about best bromance?
I got to give it to Jarvis Landry and Beckham.
Yeah,
They seem to be yucking it up. Big time.
I could get behind that. Trying to think of who else I could. Yeah.
Ever notice that there's not really like the old guy like bromances is always like these, it's not like, Frank Gore and McCoy, reminiscing about good times. They're just kind of like both just old men.
Well, Thielen and Diggs, I think, could be in that argument as well as a bromance.
Marcus Peters and Cooper Kupp love each other.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Well, Breeze and Peyton.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if that counts because it's coach quarterback. If we're
I would
players.
count it. Because basically, you could just reverse either way, Breeze could be the coach and Peyton could be the quarterback. They look the same, age-wise.
Belichick and whoever makes a good play on special teams.
Belichick is friends with no one. He's his own best friend.
Brady Edelman.
Yeah.
I kind of agree, but I don't like that you said that. I like the Madden commercial where they get skipped in the high five. Or maybe it's not a commercial, but they chronicled that as being a thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't really.
If Foles was still there, I would say Wentz and Foles.
Were they buddies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
they
didn't
love
see.
each other.
I didn't know that.
Alshon Jeffrey and Jordan Howard.
Yeah. Oh well.
They didn't play together, but
They didn't play in Chicago together. I really thought that.
Zach Ertz and his wife.
Justin Howard
Winner.
was the year after.
Winner.
I think.
they might have played Jordan Howard's rookie year together. I'm trying to think how long Alshon Jeffrey's been an Eagle. I think it's only been 2 years.
I think it's 2 years.
And Jordan
I
Howard
think
played.
this is year 3.
Yeah.
So no, they never would have played.
This is Howard's third year. No, this is Howard's fourth year. This is Howard's fourth year because he rushed for 1,000 yards twice and then had his not his dud season, just was not used properly. I think this is Howard's 4th year.
Chase Daniel.
So I think they played together. Howard's rookie year was Jeffrey's last year.
That sounds right to me. Mass with a confirmation. This is brought to you by off-brand Frito-Lay sunflower seeds.
It can't be off-brand. You just named the brand.
Well, I know, but I meant to say David was like the go-to sunflower seed.
Paul is right. Last year was 2016. That was the year that Jordan Howard was drafted.
So,
Suck it, Mass.
back together again.
I didn't tell you were wrong.
You did. You said it.
You said it with your eyes.
For one game only, Derek Carr and Khalil Mack.
Are you guys
Juju and
playing each
Connor?
other?
Yeah, we're playing in London. Juju and Connor?
Eh.
Devin Bush and TJ Watt?
Yeah,
I think Juju and anybody.
just a friendly guy.
So he fumbles.
Big Ben and local radio stations.
It's Castro and Villanueva?
Those two hate each other.
Probably.
I think the Castro hangs out with Pouncey.
Well, I think well, both Pouncey brothers. I mean, I get they're brothers, but those guys always have each other's back, even when they're wrong. Those guys are willing to.
San Diego has the other Pouncey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. I think it was Mike Pouncey had a beef with a receiver there. Played for us too, number 17, Mike Wallace. And yeah, Marquise jumped right to his defense. Didn't even know what the beef was about.
Yeah,
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
That was the opposite. There was what was it? It was was it Robert Quinn? I think it was Robert Quinn who got a late hit on Mccown, maybe. I think it was when the Bears were playing, and Kyle Long came over and threw Robert Quinn to the ground, and then Chris Long came over and pushed Kyle Long off of Robert Quinn, and then Kyle Long punched him in the face, and they got into a fist fight on the field.
It was Michael Brockers.
Huh?
It was Michael Brockers that hit him.
No, it wasn't Brockers. It wasn't Brockers. I know it wasn't Brockers. I think it was Quinn.
I don't know the situation, but I just love how Mass comes in with Brockers. It's the perfect guy to have the
Cortland Finnegan.
Probably.
Cortland Finnegan and Chris Massey.
best
Finnegan
friends.
and Andre
Chris Gibbons
Johnson.
and Chris Massey. Austin Pettis and Chris Massey.
All hilarious guys.
Eric Weems and Kendall Reed.
Yeah. Jeff, too. Jeff is also a big hater of Eric Weems.
Well, because he was a Falcon.
Yeah. I just don't like him because he was bad.
Michael Turner and Steven Jackson. All right, we're going to go to break. This is getting... All right, we'll go to break. We'll come back in 5 minutes. We'll do a Kendall segment. Kendall, what is the segment called?
Redraft your team.
Oh, boy.
I can't remember the name on the
All
fly.
about this. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes live on the PPRN Radio Network.
And now, back to Getting Sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by fuckfaces, all of them. All right.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get into Kendall's segment, I just saw this thing, top 10 potential fantasy busts that will break your season this year. So this is mega
Is
bust.
Clay number one?
Who?
Clay number one. Charles Clay?
No. At first I was talking about Clay Thompson. And then I was like, well, this is football, so he's not that dumb. And then I was like, Clay Matthews. No. All right, so number 1 is Eric Ebron. Number 2 is Drew Brees. Number 3 is Damian Williams. 4 is Baker Mayfield. 5 is Antonio Brown. 6 is Amari Cooper. 7 is Aaron Jones. 8 is George Kittle. 9 is Jared Cook. And 10 is Smith-Schuster.
I don't disagree on any of those, except maybe Smith-Schuster.
You know what's funny? No disrespect to Jared or Cook, but why even list him? I don't know.
Because he's on the Saints.
Yeah, I
Is
guess.
he really?
But
Oh.
but still.
All right, Red Man.
Well, real quick, we had a call to the bullpen, all of us, which
Yeah.
I don't think has happened really ever. All
My guess
four.
is that Mock's not coming.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Souls, you should light him up in the group text.
Be brutal.
Mock?
Yeah.
All right.
You should.
Can we live stream
Because
the
he could have at
text?
least texted us and said not coming, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
That's a private stock shot.
And it is indeed. Mm-hmm. So my call to the bullpen was Seahag. It's an IPA from Nebco.
Souls?
So mine is Citrus. Funk Brewing. Get the funk up.
He said fuck.
Yeah.
He didn't say funk.
I don't care.
Chris Massey?
What am I drinking? I am now drinking Goyabera from Cigar City Brewing.
Now, you'll notice that we've had that on the show for the past 8 weeks. And that's because no one wants it. That's terrible. And then I'm drinking the other version of that, the Jay Ajay. It's actually High Alive from Cigar City. The Cigar City is terrible. Hope I didn't ruin any
Future.
No, they're from Florida. So.
Could you imagine, like, hey, they gained traction of our show. Like, these guys sound really cool. They were just like, Cigar City.
Let's listen to the show they did on September 18th. Or August 18th. Like, oh, fuck them, man. Fuck them! All right, what are we doing?
So I wanted to look back at some drafts since we've been watching football and seeing who our teams picked and who we could have had instead. So we're going to go around the room, Mass representing the Rams, Riddler, Bears, and Souls.
I think you guys should pick, I think one of you should pick a different team.
All right.
You can have this team.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right,
No. Depends on who he wants. Who do you want?
Well,
Random generator.
Huh?
Do a random team. Pick one.
All right.
I mean,
No, he gets whoever picked 27th in that draft. No, that's too low.
That's the Colts.
No, we're going to go with 18.
18 would be the Broncos.
No, you got the Broncos in that draft. This year.
All right.
You're 18 in every year we did.
All right.
So you're going to be whatever team is 18.
all right.
So we're going to go in order, obviously, I'm assuming?
Yeah. So I
So
have
this-
up on the screen for us, 2009.
Yep.
And fortunately, well, not fortunately, but the Rams happened to be second in 2019. They selected.
go ahead.
They selected Jason Smith, a
So
tackle.
so he can pick anybody but Matt Stafford.
Right.
Matt Stafford was number 1 overall to the Detroit
We know-
Lions that year.
We know Mass really wanted Stafford. He's always said it. If he could go back in time, Stafford would be the quarterback of the future.
You can
I
have
love
Mark
Matt
Sanchez.
You could.
Pick next round, but I'll take LaShawn McCoy.
So you're drifting into the second round.
Yeah.
So in what we're doing here,
This is all hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
right.
This is
So-
knowing what we know now.
So and the thing is too, it's like what we've seen from LaShawn McCoy. He's had a good career, great career, I guess you could say, and he was picked 53rd overall in the second round. So if you could go back in time, knowing all that you knew now, you'd pick McCoy. Now, do you say that only because of the results? You think he would have been a good fit for your squad? Because think about it. This is an example I should have brought up ahead of time. Imagine Tom Brady went in we'll call it the first round of not first round. I mean, he went in the first round, but he went like in the 30th pick overall to the Giants, and he never started. And he went and was a journeyman for his entire career. I think it has entirely to do with where he was picked at the time. So
Yeah, they had a starter. They just picked as an insurance policy behind him.
right, exactly. So I mean, Tom Brady's career is based entirely by chance, as any NFL player. I mean, you could be really good, but there's a lot of factors. So it's interesting you right off the bat dipped into the second round to pick LaShawn McCoy versus a lot of good players.
So
in the
all
first
right,
round.
if we're thinking in that aspect,
Well, no, you stick with your guy. I want to know kind of why. Is it solely just because of everything you've seen, or you just don't really like anybody that previously?
I mean, there's players like Macklin and Arakpo and Jenkins that would be fantastic, but out of all of them, I think that McCoy probably was the more electric player. But knowing what I do, we already had Steven Jackson. So, I guess either give me Matthews or give me Jenkins.
So what are you doing here? You're like naming 5,000 players.
So you can stick with McCoy.
You can stick with McCoy.
That's
There's
a great
no
pick.
problem.
I just wanted to hear your reasoning why.
Yeah, just why you wanted McCoy. That's all.
I think he's the most electric player and would have added a new
Right.
element to the offense. That sucked.
Yeah, no doubt. Who quarterback in 09 for them? I can't even remember. Bolger, maybe.
09?
09? Post Bolger?
Dilfer.
Long time Dilfer. All right, so Bears in 2009. Did they have a first-round pick?
Yeah, we're the 9th pick.
9th pick.
Or 6th pick, sorry.
No.
No. That's Cincinnati, sorry.
Cincinnati. Da-da-da.
They did not.
They did not.
Not
Interesting. So, Bears.
Denver Broncos actually had the pick from Chicago that year.
Cool. Oh, part of the Jay Cutler deal.
Would you like to trade back?
No. No, I'd rather have Cutler than Orton. Unless it's Randy Orton.
So, wait, did the Bears not have one in the second round either?
Guess not.
No, they did not.
God, Riddler
That
was screwing you here.
No, 12. You're
But you have one in the early
Seattle-
third.
Third round they got.
Seattle Seahawks
Scroll down
had
to the
their
third
second
round.
round pick.
Just scroll down to the 3rd round.
All right. Picked,
Scroll all the way down so I can see the whole 3rd round, please.
Of course.
Chicago Bears.
All right,
picked-
I'm going to take Mike Wallace because no one else is going to take him. You're not going to take him that early, so I'll take Mike Wallace. We needed a weapon. Our best receiver at that time was Devin Hester.
You didn't want Jared Cook?
You don't want to draft Pat McAfee?
I mean, a lot of great names you could have had here. I mean, Derek Cox.
Fine, I will take Tyrone McKenzie.
Johnny Knox is sitting right there for the pick.
Where?
Well, in the 7th round or the 5th round, but
Yeah, by me. I already picked him. Why am I gonna draft the same guy I'm gonna get in the 5th round earlier? You know what? Just in case we confuse ourselves, let's steal him from us. Stupid. You're stupid. You're dumb. Fucker. I just want Grillo on you. I want Vinny Grillo on you right there. That was some vintage Vinny Grillo shit right there.
Man,
That was some
fucking
war shit.
terrible.
That was like PTSD for you, wasn't it?
a little bit.
Yeah, good. Good. I'm gonna put a fucking snowball in front of your door now. No, I'll pick a different one. Just pick a number. Someone pick a number. Hurry up, quick, go.
39.
No, like 1 through 32.
Oh,
17.
All right.
12.
So I go before you.
Yeah,
All right. So I'll be the 17 for this one. I'll be 17.
you got Tampa.
All right, can you scroll back up to the 1st round, please?
Yep.
Oh, you're there.
Pick.
So who did I pick?
Josh Freeman.
Oh, gross. All right. So anybody else is good. Anybody else is good. Josh Freeman. God, I don't even know who's on my roster in 2009 for the
Yeah.
Tampa
How about
Bay.
Kenny Britt?
I don't know either.
I don't know. Can I take a second to look
Yeah,
up the
to take-
2009 roster?
Take
There you
your
go.
time.
Right here.
Here we go. 2009 Tampa.
So they picked a quarterback. So obviously the quarterback
Rudy
situation was
Carpet-
not good there.
Rudy Carpenter was their quarterback when they picked him.
Rudy Carpenter?
Who the fuck was that?
That's not a guy on an 80s TV show or like.
Sounds like Mumford and Son's dad.
We had Cadillac Williams. We also had Kellen Winslow.
Junior.
And that's about it.
I don't see anything else on this.
So, I mean, like,
Rodney Barber. There you go.
you scroll down a little bit for me?
I can.
Keep going.
More?
Yeah.
Wait, Michael Bennett started out in Tampa Bay?
You can keep going.
Does that shock you?
A little
You can
bit.
keep going.
Wow, dipping way down.
I'm just making sure there's no late round quarterbacks that I could be benefiting from.
Ooh, Thomas Morstead.
No, one of the 7 Zach Millers. I could get Matt Slauson.
Stephen McGee.
Ooh, Captain Munnerlin? All right, we can go back up to the top. I'll probably just take...
Brian Hoyer was picked.
I mean, like, it's tough because, like, I'm thinking about my team, and I'm like, I need a quarterback. But I think I'm just going to ride it out. Doing the whole hindsight thing, knowing what Josh Freeman became. I'm going to ride it out, and I'm going to go out and get myself a franchise defensive player in Clay Matthews.
Nice. Yeah, it's.
See, I was hoping the Bears had one because I was going to pick Clay Matthews. Because not only does it help my defense, but it fucks over Green Bay.
Yeah.
So it's like a double win.
I like
That's
it.
the one time you want the whammy.
Yeah.
The double win.
Who'd you take?
I took Clay Matthews. I figured I'll just shit the bed this season. Clay Matthews get a lot of playing time.
So
It's not like the defense was good between then and now anyway. So,
I am representing Pittsburgh in
You
2009.
just gonna skip me, bro?
Oh, I was just going in order around the room.
Oh, I think in order about like the draft.
Oh,
order.
well, no, we can.
yeah, we have to go in order by draft,
All right, well,
dumbass.
that's fair. That's fair.
Because
Right. If I pick someone who,
Yeah.
all right. So, Souls representing
I'm taking
the
Alex Mack.
Denver Broncos.
It's a good pick. Not a
Yeah.
sexy pick, but it's good.
At the time, we had a 36-year-old center It's time to get younger on the offensive line.
Into the mic a little bit more. But you didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. But you
Wait,
didn't.
deep throater for you?
Yes, please. So, but Robert Ayers wasn't awful.
Is he a center?
I'm just saying that the pick at the time wasn't bad.
No.
He's a defensive end.
Right, I understand.
I had an aging center.
I understand
I
what you're
needed to
saying.
get him to fuck off my roster.
All right. Fair enough.
I'm taking a very sturdy, young center who's a future Pro Bowler,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
in my opinion.
All right. I like the pick.
My anus hurts
better.
on these chairs.
So I represent Pittsburgh, who won the Super Bowl.
That you do?
So they're the 32nd pick, and they selected Vander Hood.
Oh, you're definitely going to want to go 2 picks later.
Yeah, the greatest Patriot of all time is
No,
there.
but here's the thing, though. It's not a bad pick. It's not like he was a bad player.
I
mean, would I be upset if he picked Connor Barwin? Yeah, I would be. But Patrick Chung was a good player for the Patriots.
No.
I thought you meant Vander Hood.
No, I'm saying Patrick Chung.
Vander Hood was bad.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what. In hindsight, Jarvis Bird really only had a twinkle of excellent playing, and that was with Buffalo. Like the first 2, we'll call it 2 years. I think 2 years is the only.
No, I think he played 4 years for the Buffalo Bills. He signed with New Orleans as a free agent. He played it out as rookie contract.
Right. So we said, would you agree 4 years of excellent play?
Yeah, he was a top 5 safety in Buffalo.
So
Then they shit the bed when he went to New Orleans.
though not necessarily needed.
TJ Ward kind of did the same thing. I think he had like 1 or 2 good years in Denver, and then all of a sudden fell off. But TJ Ward was a top 5 safety in Cleveland.
As far as
going to get their souls.
explosive play, I would have seen what I saw, and kind of victim. He had some injury bug, but I really would have liked Jarvis Bird. I thought it would kind of been a fun fit to see, if Polamalu could have had any tutelage in the secondary at all, and the corners at the time, like Taylor was still okay. He's at posts.
So you're replacing Ryan Clark?
Well, Ryan Clark would be there too. Jarvis Bird would be off the bench in your dime packages and whatnot. That's who I want.
Okay.
If I could do it all over, that's who I want. Don't
understand.
criticize my pick.
I'm criticizing because we never played 3 safeties.
The point I'm
I'm
making
thinking
is that
of
Jarvis
fit, man.
Bird,
I'm thinking of fit.
Jarvis Bird is athletic enough.
Patrick Chung came out. Oh, you're doing Jarvis Bird. That's right. I was thinking Patrick Chung. So who was your safety? It was Polamalu and who?
Ryan Clark.
Yeah, Ryan Clark couldn't play corner.
But the point I'm making is Jarvis
could
Bird
never
is
play
athletic
corner.
enough.
was his safety.
Huh? No, I'm saying, but you couldn't move Clark to corner.
No.
He couldn't tackle.
He could tackle.
Oh no, who's the one that couldn't tackle?
That's William Gay.
When Gay couldn't
You
tackle.
keep getting that mixed up.
Well, no. William Gay.
They were both overrated.
Ryan Clark was good with Palm
William Gay couldn't cover, but he could tackle. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Sure tackler, but couldn't cover.
So Ryan Clark could tackle, not cover.
Right. Yeah. They complement each other very well.
Together, you put them together, you get Patrick Chung.
Exactly.
Troy Polamalu.
So you're taking Bird?
I want Bird because look, he comes off the bench, he gains some experience. Perhaps he plays for the long run. That's my thinking.
Okay.
So are we gonna do this now? So we'll go. You said we're doing the first 2 rounds.
Well, when I said the first 2 rounds, I kind of meant that we only
Playoffs.
had the first and second round to pick from.
Oh, so
we
we're
were-
gonna go to a different year now.
Yeah, so we
Can I
want
pick the year?
You can pick the
All
year.
right, I would like to do 2003. Okay. Really? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Why? Because
Well-
it's a good draft class.
I don't know. Just thought of it.
I was gonna.
That was the Carson Palmer year.
I personally was gonna do 2000.
2000?
Oh wait, no, I don't want to do 2000. Let's do.
Did you not like 2000?
I love 2000. I don't know if any of you guys picked before me, and I don't want to ever think about that because there will be fists thrown.
You want to make that gamble and see what happens?
All right, but if you pick him, it costs you a shot at private stock.
All right.
That's fine.
Unless you're Kendall, and it costs you 5.
Give me a.
All right, I'm picking him.
Did they pick before the Bears?
Who?
I don't even know
Steelers?
what you're talking about.
Steelers.
The Bears picked Brian Urlacher.
Steelers picked the pick before the Bears.
Son of a bitch! Don't do it to me, Kendall.
I
we,
will.
we had Joey Porter.
Don't you do it to me, Kendall.
Kendall, keep your pick. You pick Plexico.
Okay, the first person to pick was
You.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And
Kyle
I
always
picked
has the 18th pick, so you're the Jets. You picked Chad Pennington.
There you go.
Don't you dare change that. Don't you take that away from us.
All right,
It was
so
2000.
I'm not going to pick Urlacher. Though great.
No,
great
you
career.
can if you want. I'm not gonna. It's an understanding thing. He's a Hall of Fame linebacker. I mean, that's got Steelers all over it. Knowing what in hindsight 2020, that's just Steelers right there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't believe you guys didn't take him. To be honest.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the Steelers are known for always taking a linebacker. No matter what the situation. But you know what?
There's another
Here's
Eric
the thing.
Flowers, by the way.
Here's the thing. For the glory of radio, I'm going to pick somebody different just to give conversation.
Okay.
So you can if you want.
So, I mean, logically, I'm looking at the list here. I would probably, for me, it would come down to Urlacher or, John Abraham had a really good career. He was a monster coming off the edge. But I can't argue with that HOF that's listed next to his name. I'd pick an Urlacher.
Perfect. With the 9th pick, the Chicago Bears are taking Sean Alexander.
Perfect.
I don't even know who our running back was at that time. I don't give a shit.
You guys had some real weird guys during that time.
Running backs, 2000, James Allen,
There you go.
Marlon Barnes, Curtis Ines, Ty Halleck, and Glenn Milburn.
Hey, they ranked on NFL. They ranked the top 5 catches since 2000 for the whole 100-year anniversary thing. They're doing all that stuff or whatever. The Marty Booker catch got second.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was only beat out by the Odell catch.
Now, do I have to change my pick?
No.
No. I just changed mine for radio.
Okay.
Now,
You can go back and say, hey, I'm the Jets. We did it good.
hold on. I might not pick Sean Alexander.
Uh-oh. You're looking at Delpha O'Neal.
I'm looking at pick 17.
Oh,
Steven,
man, the GOAT.
Because I'm just thinking he could still be kicking in 2019. He still is kicking.
No, he's retired.
No, he's not. He's a Seahawk.
That gentleman is.
Sebastian Janikowski.
I couldn't argue with that. It's a
He's
good
a
pick.
Seahawk, isn't he?
I think he's still
He's a
playing.
Seahawk, right?
I thought he
Seahawk?
was.
No, he retired.
Did he?
This offseason?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe?
Hey, you still got 19 years out of the guy.
Right, he would have retired this year. Which means he would have.
Guess who the Raiders picked with the 2nd round pick?
But the double doink wouldn't have. No, I'm going to go Sean Alexander. I'm not looking 19 years in the future.
Look who.
Who was our second round picks?
No, look up who the Raiders picked in the 2nd round.
Yeah, he can just scroll down.
Yeah, no,
Scroll down.
it's very funny.
No, you're going way too far, dude.
Sorry.
I don't know the name.
Yeah,
I do know the name. Why do I know that name?
Wow.
What pick was it? I can't find it.
Jerry Porter.
Oh, wow.
Why do I know that name?
The wide receiver, Jerry Porter.
Why is that funny?
It is.
He'll never understand.
And also, I thought it was Shane Leckler.
So, Mass, did St. Louis have a pick
I
in the
just
first
went
round?
with it because I didn't know if you had a joke
Oh.
that I wasn't aware
No,
of.
I thought it was Shane Leckler.
That would have been hilarious.
I think he got picked in early though, right? They got picked in the same draft.
I'm taking Sean Alexander. So you're sticking with Chad Pennington?
Shane Leckler got picked in the 5th
Oh, I
round.
didn't really give an explanation. I'm picking Sean Alexander just because the Bears, especially at that time when the league was still a predominantly defensive and running league, the Bears, all their success in NFL championships came off of running and defense. The Bears are most notably known for their linebackers and their running backs. And the Bears didn't have anybody really notable to talk about on offense with the exception of Marty Booker from 95 to 2005. So I would give the nod to Sean Alexander to get that staple back in the backfield.
Can I ask for a request on this one?
Yes, you can go back and pick Bubba Franks.
May I go later rounds to pick
No.
my guy?
You already picked your guy.
No, I never went yet. Check ass.
So, the way I want to do it was just into the 2nd round.
Okay. Then I'm staying with my guy.
Yeah?
Pennington?
Good. Vinny Testaverde, 37.
That's the
And I don't know any other quarterbacks on that
37th
list.
would have been the second round.
No, he's
No, he
37
was-
years old.
Hmm?
Vinny
he wanted
Testaverde's
to,
37.
he wants to take Tom Brady,
So I'm sticking with Chapman.
Oh.
which would have been my answer. So,
I personally don't care about the rounds, but Red Baron had rules, so we're going to stick to the rules.
So, the Rams picked a pretty funny name. Trung Candidate. Or Candid? How do you say that name?
Candidate.
Candidate?
Candidate.
Candidate.
No, it's candidate.
Candidate.
Candidate. You don't enunciate the first T like in candidate.
Yeah.
So it's candidate.
Candidate.
All right,
Still
so
a funny
who are you
name.
picking in the second round over trunk candidate.
Wait.
Not a lot of household names on the second
No,
round here.
That's why I'm
Jerry
taking my
Porter.
time and looking.
It's hard to argue with John Engelberger.
Well, I mean, you're going off. I mean, he's going off a time where he wasn't watching football. But
Right.
Casey Coleman was good, and that was pre-Orlando Pace days. So they needed offensive line. They probably needed it. You always need offensive line.
How about Marvell Smith?
Yeah, he was good.
The Pittsburgh tackle. Mike Brown was also decent. Not really, but all right.
but you knew his name.
Yeah, but Casey Coleman was good.
Marvell Smith was a few-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah. So you could go with the number 56 pick. He never played a game in the NFL.
Who was it?
Michael Borrow.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with him.
Is that the guy who went crazy and retired from the Vikings?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, basically,
Jacoby Shepard's a good name. All right, so Souls, you pick the year now.
We'll go with the 2003, eh?
That was a three-piece.
Oh, 03.
I had the first pick. Nope, that's Cincinnati again.
I
I had the 14th pick.
Looks like Mass has the first pick. 12.
Gonna go ahead and stick with Jimmy Kennedy.
What year did you guys... What year was the big draft? Was that 04 with Ben and Eli?
Yeah, 04.
Was it 04?
Oh, God.
A lot of good names here. Anquan Bolden, Nosi Munyora. Lance Briggs was picked in the third round, but we can't go that far.
Apparently Arizona have back-to-back picks this year.
Wait, where are they?
17 and 18.
Could you imagine being so lucky? Like, I want to know that situation, how that could have happened.
From New Orleans, and then from Miami via New Orleans.
Players from our youth, there's a lot of good names here, and I'm just going to list it for the people listening. Look at Dallas Clark, Larry Johnson, Nnamdi Asamoah, Calvin Pace.
This guy's name is fucking awesome.
Tiltman.
Boss
Terrell
Bailey.
Suggs. Ooh, Byron Leftwich. I didn't realize he was a first rounder.
Yeah, dude, he was supposed to be like the real deal.
Hashtag more Jacks. That's where it
There's
all
a good-
came from.
There's a good name. Boss Bailey.
I just said that.
So who you taking?
Did you?
Troy
Polamalu.
Dickhead.
I knew he was going to do it. When I was making the names I was listing, I didn't say him, hoping
But
that he would miss it.
respect.
But
You know, I fucked up. I put in Cardinal 2003 roster and they gave me St. Louis. I'm all about that roster.
all right, so Mass, taking the heartbreak pick for me with Troy Polamalu. 4 picks before I could have grabbed him. So up yours, guy.
Hey, I have Josh McCown in
He's
my
one of the
squad.
best safeties of his generation.
Yeah, I know
if not
that.
all time.
No, he's at least the second best safety of all time.
Oh my god.
At least. I think the argument is either Polamalu or Reed, personally. But.
You're going to
So-
take Lops up there?
So my next with the 14th pick?
You are.
All right, so, kind of like not what we're supposed to be doing here, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pick Charles Tillman now because I don't want to lose him. What he meant to that Bears franchise. I mean,
When did
even
he
though-
go?
second round.
Oh, well, that's allowed.
Well, no, but I'm saying,
But he's picking him early.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm just picking my guy.
Oh,
I'm
I
just making
understand.
sure nobody else gets him. The only reason I say it is just because even though he was a second round player and you expect a lot out of the second round player, I think he provided what you would expect out of a career from a first round corner.
Yeah.
I mean, not only was he a great coverage safety, he was great at breaking up the play. He did that Champ Bailey-esque thing because with the exception of the 1 year where Champ Bailey really went off on interceptions, Champ Bailey always just made sure the play didn't happen. And then the pick came second. If there was a play for the ball after, that was fine. But he was making sure that the receiver wasn't getting. And that's what Charles Tillman did. And then the forced fumbles and you just go back and you look at the battles between Charles Tillman and Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson has been on record several times saying that Charles Tillman's the only corner in the league that he would actually have to game plan against day in and day out because Charles Tillman could stop him. So I would go early on him.
That's a good pick.
And then
16.
I also have the 22nd pick, so don't skip over that.
I won't, yeah. 16, so missed that on Polamalu. So definitely going
With Willis
defensive.
McGahee.
I
was like, don't take Willis McGahee.
No, honestly, looking at the list here, I think I would have picked Nnamdi Asomugha because kind of not underrated per se, but definitely did not get all the credit he had for that brief period of dominance he had, which I would say was probably about 5 years in Oakland of playing really good football. And I think it would have been great to kind of have like that lockdown guy, that super lockdown guy for that short period of time in Pittsburgh, and maybe his career would have been lengthened by playing
he was
there.
rumored to go there for Big Ben.
When that stuff was going down, yeah. So Nnamdi is my guy. So as you have the 18th pick, no matter what.
Which is Arizona.
Arizona.
So, looking at my roster,
you should trade up this year.
I needed a quarterback, and there are any to pick from.
I'm going to go ahead and take Rex Grossman.
Rex is gross, man.
I'm not picking him. I'm taking Willis McGahee.
So wait, because Paul has 2 picks, do you also get 2 picks because they're back-to-back or no?
No, I only have that one pick.
Well, no, because you're Arizona, so you get both picks.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, because you're the team. You're not just the pick. That wouldn't be fair. So you get the 17th and the 18th pick.
Okay, so
I'd take 2 quarterbacks then.
17, I'm taking Willis McGahee. We had Emmitt Smith, and he was pretty old at that time.
Yeah,
And we had Quentin something.
Nelson.
It was Marshall Ship.
I'm sure you've heard of him. He made Dijon mustard famous.
So, yeah. I'm taking Willis McGahee. He was better than all those guys.
Good pick. I'm a big McGahee supporter.
And then the next one I'm taking Larry. I'm just kidding. I'm going to say Larry Johnson.
Hey, be a good 1-2 punch.
No kidding.
I'm actually considering it, even though we had Anthony Thomas and he was a 1,000-yard rusher that year. I'm considering Larry Johnson.
So the Bears pick again at 22.
Yeah, we picked Rex Grossman.
Which, cannot forget.
Anquan Bolden is still on the board.
Yeah, he's already on my squad, bro.
Didn't lead the Bears to the Super Bowl, but was a member and offensive leader of that 06 Super Bowl squad.
When I get to my pick, I'll tell you why I'm not picking him.
I think it's you.
No, he has the 18th pick. So also has the 18th pick.
Oh, did you not pick 2?
Nope.
Oh, my bad.
I'm going to go with O.C. Umanera. You can never have enough pass rushers.
And where was OC at the time?
He got drafted by the Giants 56.
All right. Good pick.
Can I go back? Can I go down to the third round and pick Lance Briggs?
I'm afraid not. But good on you for looking.
What about Jason Witten?
No.
Nate Burleson?
Yes. You could have Nate Burleson.
Nate Burleson.
And you could have his NFL Network career as well.
All right, so I have the 22nd pick.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to go ahead and
Prashante Shenka.
I'm going to take my chances on riding the quarterback hand of Cordell Stewart instead of picking Rex's Grossman, and I'm going to make my selection for Anquan Bolden.
All right.
Fucking asshole.
Why?
You can't take the only guy I had on my team that was worth anything.
I drafted Tillman so no one else would take him. You could have taken Bolden.
But he was on my squad. I can't.
What do you mean you can't do
I did it for fun, man.
Well, taking Bolden. I sacrificed a pick to take Tillman.
I guess.
I'm taking Anquan Bolden. I'll take Cordell Stewart, and we have a 1,000-yard rusher. Well, I don't know if he was a 1,000-yard rusher in 2002, but we have our running back, and I'm going to add weapons to Cordell instead of drafting Rex Grossman.
We'll just wait till next year.
For what, a quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this quarterback class was very good.
I mean, I would have taken Carson Palmer if he went later.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think Carson Palmer had a dud career.
No.
I just think he had a little bit of injury issues and he played on shit squads.
Everybody after him was bad.
Yeah.
Like Kyle Bowler.
Yeah.
All right, Mass, pick a year.
How close do you want to go to current? Does it matter?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I would say anything but the previous year.
Anything before 2017. So we'll exclude the last 3 drafts.
That's fair. I like that.
Okay. 2014? 2014.
2014.
Are you looking based off where the St. Louis Rams are picking? You might be.
I know that year already.
Okay, the 2014 NFL Draft. Looks like, the Mass is picking second overall.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That's why he's picking him.
We've been picking close to that for.
He did it so he could get Khalil Mack. He's an asshole.
Did you get fucking Blake Bortles?
Yeah, that's what I thought he was picking.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Aaron Donald.
God damn it, I'm the Jets again.
All right, so wait, Mass, who are you picking?
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald. Any reason why? Could you explain more than the look that you're giving me?
He's the greatest defensive tackle of all time, and he's not even done playing yet.
All right, so you picked him at 13, so you're kind of following what Paul did with Tillman previously, just ensuring that you get him.
You know, my favorite thing about this year was I remember sitting on the couch with Paul and you, and I remember Paul freaking the fuck out when they drafted Kyle Long, just being so upset over it.
Hey, he's happy about it now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. Am I next?
14? Well, Mass picks again, technically. So are you picking...
at 13. That's right, he's at 13.
You know, I really wasn't going to do it until you said something about it, Khalil Mack.
You can't pick somebody that went before you. Khalil Mack went 4th.
Right.
Absolutely
Fifth.
right, he did.
Haha, you could have picked Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald if you did your homework.
Greg Robinson's available.
It's true.
It's true he is. I'm going to go ahead and take Odell Beckham.
You can't. He's before you.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I'm not
That's a shot. You did it twice. It's a shot of private stock, not Patron.
I only said Greg Robinson because foreseeably it's like, what if they just swapped?
You know what?
Hey, 22 is a pretty good pick. Cleveland had a big find there in Johnny Mans. And Paul giving us the...
So stupid. It was the dumbest thing. Here's the thing. I actually had expectations and serious hopes for Baker Mayfield. I never thought Manziel was going to be anything.
No.
It's just a gimmick.
Well, that's the reason why I wish he was sort of good, was for that dumb gimmick.
You can just take Kyle Fuller.
That's actually who I was just about to say.
Cool. I'm going to take Devontae Adams.
All right. And I
Fuck you, Souls.
I'm going to take him.
knowing the reasoning
Hmm?
for the Bears taking Devontae Adams.
Well, it was this 2014, so I think 2014 we're right on the cusp that's sort of given us Devontae. I mean, not that he started out as the receiver he is today, but he would have gotten rotation works because we had Marshall and Jeffrey, and then after that, was this the year we got Jeffrey? Or did we get him in 13? No, I think we got him in 12 actually. I think we got him the same year Andrew Luck was drafted. Did we?
Possibly without looking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But
regardless, good knowing we know.
actually, you know what?
2012.
I'm going to change it because no one else is going to. I am not going to take Devontae Adams.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to go out now. Hindsight being 2020, seeing what I have now, but back then looking at what I have, I'm going to go out and I'm going to draft Derek Carr.
Well, all right.
I'm going to go out and get the quarterback out.
Not a bad pick.
Because the whole Jay Cutler thing was coming to an end at this point.
Yeah.
So this is 2014, so Cutler would have played 14, 15,
16.
and 16, right? No.
No?
Yes.
I think he did.
Yeah, and then Glennon and Trubisky came in the same year.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take Derek Carr.
All right.
Even if it's just to sit under Cutler. He's a rookie.
Pittsburgh at the 15th pick took Ryan Shazier. Though he's hurt now, I don't hate the pick.
Well, hold on. I'm going to say pick somebody different just because of that.
Okay.
Just because of, not that you would have known what happened, but just because of what did happen.
All right.
Pick somebody that could still be impacting your
Pretend
franchise today.
he never existed.
Right.
I
mean, if you want to do the whole what I was going to do with Clay Matthews thing, 2 picks later is not too bad of a pick.
Yeah. I mean, C.J. Mosley definitely, it made a lot of noise. And I don't necessarily hate him per se. But, I'm going to do something a little bit different but the same. D Ford didn't make like a huge impact with Kansas City, but, perhaps I think, being part of a certain scheme makes a difference. And I think, D Ford could, possibly blossom with
He would have been
Pittsburgh.
featured on the Pittsburgh team, too.
So, and athletic guy.
Yeah.
I'd argue say more athletic, not a better linebacker, but more athletic than C.J. Mosley. And I think Pittsburgh kind of embraced that as of late. So I think I'm going to pick him, D Ford.
All right, Souls?
So, I'm going with Jarvis Landry.
Not Calvin Pryor?
No.
Not one of the few non-active members of this draft?
I'm going with Landry because right now we have Eric Decker and Percy Harvin. Harvin was always hurt throughout his career. And Landry, I don't think had missed many games.
And there was a reason Denver didn't re-sign Decker.
And it gives me a good deep threat and a good slot guy as well.
So wait, did you guys already have Geno Smith at this point? You drafted him the year before?
Yeah.
So you're going to give Geno more weapons?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to go with HaHa Klendix, but...
I think the right move is giving Geno more weapons. Because like I said, not knowing what you know now, Geno's still your guy.
Mhm.
So, I like that pick. You can get behind that. All right, let's do one more. We'll do one more. Let's do, why don't you pick the year? This is your turn. We've all picked a year, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
we've all picked a year.
and Riddler, you brought up a very intriguing point.
1983?
That's right. Let's do 2004. I think that'll be. This was of our generation, the best quarterback.
Well, it just might be the best draft of our generation.
Right. All right. So who's picking first for us? Oops, overshot there.
Pittsburgh with Ben Roethlisberger.
With the 11th pick.
Better fucking stay the same.
Soldier New Orleans.
All right. So
Yeah.
we know how great J.P. Losman was for
man.
Buffalo, and we can't discount how great he would be anywhere else but Buffalo. Souls ignored me entirely. All right, so cop out. I'm picking Ben Roethlisberger. Unless we're doing a thing where pretend
No.
Ben doesn't exist.
No.
I
I only did that for Shazier just because hindsight being 2020,
right.
he got injured,
but-
and as much as it hurts, and I'm not saying it to be a dick, he's never going to play football again.
Right, and I don't expect him to. But Ben, it's been nothing but great to Pittsburgh, and I love him to death. So, Big Ben, thank you. Number 11. 11th pick, rather, for 2004.
Can I trade all my future picks in this draft for somebody that went before me that's not a quarterback?
And who would that be?
I want Larry Fitzgerald.
Well, that's a good, excellent pick.
I just want him. I want him out of Arizona.
But what's funny?
You should just say you can't see him in another jersey.
I could if he'd never played in the Arizona Cardinals jersey.
In 2004, you guys picked Tommy Harris, a guy who made some noise.
He made some noise, but for a very short window.
Right. But I remember hearing about him. That guy was a household name.
Yeah, I'm looking on the list here, and there's some names that jump out, like Vince Wilfork. But would Vince Wilfork have been as good anywhere but New England? Especially because they ran that 3-4,
Right.
and the Bears weren't running a 3-4, so he would have been one of two defensive tackles. So kind of, just not really sure.
It's funny. I make this joke a lot with Jeff and Kyle.
We picked another defensive tackle later in Tank Johnson.
Oh man, God, that guy was always on the news for God. If it
It's
was,
funny. I'm looking
gun
at
charges.
this, though, realistically, after those four guys that are still active, it's kind of it drops off a little bit.
So there's a lot of guys who had a very brief. Lee Evans was good, but did you need Lee Evans? Will Smith was good for a brief period of time. You mentioned Vince Wilfork.
Chris Campbell.
Shut your fucking mouth, Kendall.
There's a running back that St. Louis had for a very long time. It was pretty good.
Oh
but-
yeah! Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and go.
God
over
damn
the
it.
roster
Hey,
real
you brought it
quick.
upon yourself there, guy. Hey, Big Bad Ben Watson was picked by the Patriots in the 32nd overall.
He's there again. He's come full circle, hasn't he?
Yeah. Trying to remember here. DJ Williams, he was decent for a little while. I mentioned J.P. Lossman before. Excellent pick. God. I remember watching Bills games with my dad and
I'll go ahead and take Steven Jackson. I didn't even see him. I scrolled right past him. I mean, we had Thomas Jones that year, but
Steven Jackson.
Well, Steven Jackson would have been more of that third down red zone threat guy at that point because he was a bigger back, and Thomas Jones would have been the more outside.
Yep.
Treat him
outside
better
guys.
than we did.
Hmm?
Treat him better than we did.
Well, I don't think the Rams necessarily treated him bad. I just think the teams weren't good, and he
would have been a Hall of Famer on any decent team.
Well, but listen, for what the Rams were, he ran well every year. It just
Didn't you guys lose to the Patriots in this Super Bowl?
No, we lost in 2001.
the 03 would have been
Oh, that's right. It was 03.
Panthers, Patriots.
Panthers Patriots.
Oh, okay. Was he on the roster for the Falcons when they lost?
Who?
Steven Jackson?
No.
He was a free agent?
But you know what's funny? I think the Patriots was he on a Patriots team when they lost?
When the Patriots lost?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I thought
So he went to a Super
He
Bowl?
went to Super Bowl, but
I don't think he's not. I think he'd be a Hall. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
he's only been retired what 3 years?
In all technicality, he officially retired like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't realize. Well, I mean, right? I guess. But
I'll take Steven Jackson.
He's had a great career.
Yeah. There's somebody else. There's only one person I would have taken
I lied.
over him.
I'm sorry. He was on the squad when the Falcons lost.
Oh, was he? Okay.
There's only one player I would have taken. I mean, granted, like I would have taken like Eli Phillip or Ben or Larry Fitzgerald. God, I forgot Roy Williams went 7th. Oh my God.
What a letdown he
Yeah.
was.
I mean, like
No, he had a pretty good.
I mean, there's
couple
other
years.
players like Sean Taylor I would have taken, but like of those like big names, there's one like subpar type guy that I would consider over Steven Jackson, and that's Jonathan Vilma, but he went before. Jonathan Vilma was like quietly very good. Like he was
Yeah,
just
he's
like
good.
he was like that Lance Briggs style. Like he just did his job, but he didn't do it in a way that like blew up everything. So he wasn't like
Yeah.
the main attention guy.
For sure.
But especially his years in New Orleans, he was really good. But I'll take Steven Jackson, and then I'll take the luxury of going ahead and picking J.P. Lossman for Kyle.
Kyle representing the 18th pick
I choose Carlos Dansby.
of the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
Carlos Dansby,
I
yeah.
got confused when I said it. N-O-R.
The New Orleans Rams. So Carlos Dansby, second rounder.
It's the Scooby-Doo's favorite team. Oh, the New Orleans Rams.
33rd pick, Carlos Dansby went. And another very, very, not, I guess, underrated.
Our linebackers were Orlando Ruff and some other guy.
Oh, my God. Tatum Bell. My God. Remember him?
Yeah.
I think that's all his stats right here. He was 23 when he was drafted. That's all his
Go
stats.
down 7 picks from Tatum Bell.
Oh, so I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jarius Thomas.
Do you remember him?
I know the name, but honestly, I didn't know he played for the Vikings. Oh my God. I love reminiscing about old players. I mean, Robert Gallery. Oh my
All right,
God.
and then St. Louis, you're the last pick.
I'd like to trade my pick.
No.
Trade back.
No.
St. Louis, 24th pick overall.
I'd like to draft somebody in the 4th round.
Nope.
You have from 25 to wherever,
To 63.
63. Would you like to see the second round? I mean, I'm sure you have it up on your screen, but
I mean, Tatum Bell's not a bad pick.
I mean, he had
Tank Johnson's also a great pick.
I mean,
More the name, but
Oh, look. Carlos Dansby. Perfect.
it was already picked.
he previously picked.
Was he?
Can
Yeah.
you do a shot already? Because
No.
you
Hey, Mass.
you're doing a shot.
Who
Matt-
picked Carlos Dansby?
Souls
Souls.
just picked it.
There's two players here that I think are definitely worth a pick. One being Chris Snee, decent guy, like offensive lineman, and Bob Sanders. He was kind of injury prone, but the guy played really well. He was a hard hitting, safety. I think he was a safety, not a corner. I think he was a safety. And yeah, he was just a kind of an explosive guy.
Well, there's another guy, number 50. Not a bank breaker,
Oh,
but
Devery Henderson. Yeah. In fact, of those early, when the Saints were kind of becoming good, Devery Henderson, in my opinion, the most underrated receiver of that squad. Because
Yep.
I think Colston was number 1.
no,
Devery Henderson, I guess, would be 2 or 3 because
Horn.
Joe Horn and number 16. Why can't I think of his name? He played for the Steelers too, very briefly. Oh my God, can't think of his name.
On the Super Bowl team?
No. Kyle, the receiver the Steelers had, the Saints also had. 16. Oh my God, you know who it is.
Lee Mays?
Lee Mays. No.
Oh, Lance Moore.
Lance Moore. Thank you. Lee Mays. But yeah, Devery
I
Henderson.
thought he said Willie Hayes.
Willie
Willie Mays Hayes here.
I'd like to take Julius Jones just because he sounds like the cheap Walmart knockoff version of Julio Jones.
So you're going to take Julius Jones over Devery Henderson for real?
No.
You're going to take Devery Henderson?
Yeah.
Good pick. Asshole. Yes.
I don't know half these names.
So Ben Watson has a ring.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
All right, well, let's go to break. We'll come back in hour 3. We'll do some fun stuff in hour 3. That was a good segment, Kendall. I like that a lot, actually.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
NHL next week.
Gotcha.
Got it.
NHL 70s.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Got it.
Wayne Gretzky.
No.
When was Wayne Gretzky drafted?
77. I don't know if that's true. Look it
Fair
up.
enough. Yeah.
Probably earlier. 74.
Wayne Gretzky was drafted.
Nah, 77. Stick with 77.
1978.
Who's close?
Hey, right on it.
Hey, Price is Right rules. I'm fucking boom.
Yep.
Booming.
Not
Oh,
if
dude,
not if
I
said
cannot wait for NFL Gridiron
1977
Gang.
in 364 days.
What?
What? I don't know.
I cannot wait for the Gridiron Heights this year.
Yeah.
What is that?
Big fan of those. Oh, Mass, you've never seen Gridiron Heights?
From
Oh
Bleacher
my
Report.
God, Mass, it's been right up your alley. It's the greatest thing ever.
Oh my god. All right, we're going to go to break. We're going to show Mass Gridiron Heights. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes here on the PPRN Radio Network.
And now, back to getting sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by Poops. All of them Poops.
Big poops.
Big Poops. Kyle, you
The
can't go that way.
biggest.
All right, so we're back.
Yeah, we're doing a thing.
We're live. Red Baron, is that fan interfering with the Mass's mic call?
Can you hear it?
Oh, I can. The fan's fine. It's, we do what we can. It's hot down in the basement here in West Haven, Connecticut. But listen, they can hear our voices. That's all that matters. Mike Mock is actually joining us via listening to us on Spreaker. So
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck you, Mock.
no love for Mock today. Riddler and I have made our third call to the bullpen.
What's the closers?
This is what
Sucks,
Soul
'cause
started
we
with.
must be playing like fantasy baseball because we have the same closer.
Yeah. But, you know,
Yeah, you got to drink my beer.
it was off
You didn't get a second one, so I assumed you didn't like it.
No, I
off
like
the
it a
coldness
lot.
factor.
You do?
Yeah.
I can get you another one. I sell this beer, so I can take you as many 4-packs as you
I'm
want.
sure I could buy it too.
Why would you buy it when I can get it for you for free?
Facts.
Think about it. Every 4-pack of this is 1.5 tins of snus.
Well, snus is just godlike.
But if I get you 2 4-packs, that's 3 tins of snus that you can buy now.
Can you give me 3 tins of snus instead?
No.
All right.
I put in the call for a shot. I think I see it where Mock used to be. Hashtag where's Mock?
Hashtag be fired.
Yeah, he lost his heroic abilities.
But the mask coming in the clutch, filling it up with the gas tank. There we are. It's a beaut. Dude, actually, we got to refill the tank soon. We got the bottles underneath,
I
so we
guess
do it
I'll do
anytime.
one with Kendall.
Hey,
Hmm?
anyone some sludge? No, it's all right. If you don't,
Yeah, what the hell?
Here you go. Give that to Captain Dickhead over there.
I'm above captain. I'm at least a lieutenant.
Admiral.
Oh, that's below a captain. Man,
Connecticut's newest state trooper wants a shout out because she won the softball women's Wallingford champions. So
But your boyfriend won the least MVP award of this show.
Many congrats to Marissa.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
Red Baron, I'm actually planning on attending your abode earlier than the draft starts. Because I got to set up the board. You know, I want your help. Because I don't, obviously, like, I don't know what the best way to do it would be. Like, the best way I think would be thumbtacks. I don't know if you want to put thumbtacks in your walls.
We thumbtacked everything, so no problem there.
So, but we'll figure out where we want to put the board, how we want to do it. I'll help you get, like, dogs and burgers set up. Stuff beers in the cooler, and
I'll be attending there later.
But then I figured too, what we could do is we could make it really gross.
Asshole. 2 shots, man.
Is he calling Captain asshole? Wait, where's the other shot that he poured? Oh, Kendall has
I
it.
got it right here.
Mass, can you do one with us?
So,
It'll be fun.
Kendall, the reason why I won't be there
Come on, man. It's all about
early.
It's all
I
about
had 2
brotherhood.
other drafts that day.
Well,
Yeah,
you do a shot of
that's
Patron.
You
fine.
don't like me.
I set this up before
That's
Chris.
bullshit. I
And-
brought you onto the show.
Yeah.
Into the fantasy drafts. 2 of them. Actually, technically 3.
Yeah.
3.
Because you did one originally, and then you bailed out because you picked all the Rams and no one wanted you anymore.
That's true.
Because you picked, like, Brian Quick.
Kind of the reason why we kicked out Vito, because he picked all the Ravens running backs.
Even though all of them didn't play. Mass, will you please do one with us?
Fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
You can do a half one. That's fine.
You can do a Patron shot.
Yeah, do a shot of Patron if you want.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. It's all gross.
I'm more
That's good.
amazed.
You don't have to go any.
Mass.
All right. Oh, wow.
Oh, full shot. I like it. I love how long it's. I guess I'd pick on you less if it was a full pint, but because it's a half pint of Patron, which is honestly the more difficult
I
thing to
drink
buy.
beer every time we've been
Right,
here. That's
right,
why.
right. But
Hey.
I guess what I'm saying, because it's the half pint, the more difficult thing to buy. I mean, Riddler could, he could speak on this better than I can.
I didn't
not
buy
Patron.
this though.
What happened?
I didn't buy it.
Which is still hilarious because it's nothing to you financially. I would the
Who
day
bought it for
I
you?
got it, I would have it before bed, like a nightcap. Boom.
And then sleep.
I just can't drink
And
it
then
straight.
pee.
That's the issue.
All right, fair enough.
So then why don't you bring, like, a whiskey, like a sour mix or something?
I don't know. 'Cause
You
I
could-
didn't think of it.
You can dunk some of your sunflower seeds in there, get
Yeah.
like a ranch coating.
Ugh.
Booze seeds? Imagine packing a bomb full of seeds and then just pouring booze in there.
All right. What are we
I saw
drinking? What,
pooches, straight pooches, and
what are we
Jimmy
drinking
P
to?
one time. I don't know. To
Fantasy football.
fantasy football.
Sure.
Here.
Thought I got all of that, but I didn't.
Oh, that
yeah.
still doesn't taste great.
Mm-mm.
The Jaeger actually poked a lot through
Yeah.
for me in that shot.
All right.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
got the wheel set up. We're gonna do yellow is quarterback, blue wide receiver, white is running back, green is the front 7, so defensive line and linebackers, and then R is defensive backs. So we're gonna start off by just doing we're gonna do a random team generator from the mass here.
Generalizer.
May you go over the colors again?
Yeah, yellow is quarterback, blue wide receiver, white running back, green's the front 7.
Smells like a rat.
All right, tell Mock to go fuck himself.
Green is your front 7 on defense, and then red is defensive backs.
All
So
right.
we're going to go through. Mass is going to generate a random team, and then whatever color you spend on, we're going to go Red Baron pitch. We do best of all time.
Yeah.
Best of all time. All time. Not just in our lifetime, all time. So who wants to do the honors of going first?
I will.
Ooh, we got two takers.
Pick number 1 through 10, go.
No.
what?
Rock, paper,
Give
scissors.
me-
Rock, paper, scissors for it. Rock,
Best two out of
paper,
3.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You
Ah.
always go paper.
Yeah, you know why? Because it's the weakest.
All right, Souls, ready? Generate a team for us while we're waiting.
And we have the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey, how
All right.
appropriate.
So, who's the best defensive back for the Pittsburgh Steelers of all time?
Mel Blount.
Over Palomalu?
Yeah. I say that because Mel Blount was a corner, and being a corner I think is a little more difficult than a safety. And he just really put the hurt in on receivers.
They put new pass rules in because of him, didn't they?
They did.
Like, he was the layout guy before they said hike. And back then, I don't think they had anything like that.
Nah, pretty much pre-90s, you could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Anything short of carrying a gun, you're pretty much good.
Like literally,
Like knives were okay.
They would say hike. There'd be two receivers just on the ground, crying for mom.
I'd cry too. If no one would.
Mama, bring me some Campbell's Chunkus soup.
Mel did this to me
God.
again.
All right, stop.
Atlanta Falcons.
All right, who's the best defensive back for the Atlanta Falcons all time, Mass?
Fucking hell, I have no idea.
I do.
I mean, I'll give you a hint.
You have the internet at your fingertips.
Are we allowed to Google this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one word. Well, maybe it's 2 words. Prime time.
Oh, I forgot Deion Sanders playing.
Nah, no, not Deion Sanders. That's not prime time.
That's right. That's what you're from.
This was the second guy.
I completely forgot that he played for the Falcons.
I wouldn't say
Deion
he's a
Sanders
Falcon
was
great,
Fox
though.
Game of the Week.
I wouldn't say he's a Falcon great.
No, well, I mean, can
But
you
he
name
played
me a
for the
better Falcon great defensive back?
Not off the top of my head.
Well, that's good enough for me, and I think the people in this room as well.
Desmond Trufant.
He might be there one
He
day.
was good. Good. I mean, no doubt.
Why?
But-
Who's Deion Sanders best for?
Cowboys.
I mean, if you really want to be super critical, he had his best 1 year with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah,
That's
1
when
year.
he-
I'm talking about like. his
But
whole
when,
career.
Was
but,
Deion the one who did the star in Dallas?
That's
No.
Terrell Owens.
Oh, that's right.
We got laid out by somebody.
Who cares?
Desmond Trufant.
Deion Sanders was the guy.
He was like 7.
Deion Sanders had the strut into the end zone.
Actually, he might have hit
The
Terrell
Deion
Owens.
shuffle afterwards.
Yeah. All right.
We have the Cincinnati Bengals.
Cincinnati Bengals, right? Wide receiver. All right, that's difficult.
Easy.
Nah, that's pretty difficult. I mean, you think of all the greats.
TJ, who's your mama?
Yeah, TJ Hushmanzada.
Tyler Boyd.
I was just thinking Tyler Boyd.
Chad Ochocinco.
Chad Ochocinco.
What about him?
Yeah.
Terrell Owens.
Terrell Owens.
Oh my god, I forgot Owens played for the fucking Bengals.
You know
TJ
who has that
Hushmanzada.
jersey?
Jeff.
Is
Jeff.
it you? Oh, does he really?
I mean,
I know somebody who has a T.O. Bills jersey.
But you know who
Yeah,
I
me
do
too.
have? I have a Chad Johnson Bengals jersey.
Chad Johnson / Ochocinco was a great receiver for the Bengals.
And Patriots.
No,
It's
not at all.
I'm really struggling because, like, you just automatically want to say AJ Green, and I don't know what the stats look like, where they are now and whatnot. I don't want to know what they are. I don't want to know. But like, I mean, relative in
I
terms
think
of
Green had more talent than Johnson / Ochocinco.
but in terms
Yeah,
of
but-
relative, yeah. But AJ Green's also got more health issues than Ochocinco.
Recently. But in the first, 7 years, he's been
If-
healthy.
If it influences
He's
your
been injured for the
decision-
past 3 years.
Yeah, I said first 7, 8.
Yeah, but this is the prime of his career, so this is when he's most injured. This is when it counts.
If it influences your decision at all, Chad Johnson Ochocinco eats McDonald's every day.
That does a little bit more than you'd think. See, the thing is, like,
So AJ Green.
but the thing is, though, is in terms of relative success, they're kind of par for the course. I mean,
One had Palmer, one had Dalton.
but I'm saying, but they both went to the playoffs and lost. They both had Marvin Lewis
Lost.
and lost. I'm going to give it to Ochocinco for right now. I think AJ Green is very, very close and probably could top it this season. I just need to see him stay healthy. He's already out for what, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Isn't it
Something
6
like that.
Kyle, 6 weeks?
They said 4.
4? I mean,
4 or 6, it's like
it's just the guy's just always getting hurt, and honestly, I haven't seen the same level of dominance from him even when he's playing.
Would you consider him a top 10 receiver right now?
Right now,
fringe.
no.
Okay.
No, I would not.
11.
But would I pick him in fantasy? Yeah.
Would you pick him before round 4?
No. Like late. Like, a lot of people have him going, it's not like one drafted, someone not drafted at all.
Right.
If it's my last pick, I'm picking that fucking guy.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, but that's different. That fantasy football is different than being a good receiver. I mean, you look at it like, okay, is Julian Edelman an all-time great receiver?
No.
Is Julian Edelman a top 10 receiver right now?
No.
No, but he's a stud in fantasy because he gets so many receptions. Like, you can't call it fantasy. I'm just saying, like, he's been hurt a lot the past 3 years, and when he's been playing, he hasn't been the same AJ Green that he was before he got hurt.
Did Johnson play for the Dolphins?
Yeah.
He did?
Well, he was on the team. He ended up like getting not arrested, but something happened. So
I'm going to go with Ocho Cinco for now. All right, Red Baron. Start randomizing, Mass.
I already randomized ahead of time.
All right, you got running backs for...
The Oakland Raiders.
Ooh. So I mean,
Doug Martin.
Marcus Allen is always a very intriguing offer, as well as Bo Jackson.
That's about it.
Who was
That's
the
about
Raiders
it.
running back in the Super Bowl?
Tim,
Tim Hunsaker.
He suited up one time.
The greatest two-sport athlete ever. What, when Rich Gannon took him?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I couldn't tell you off the top
You know,
of my head.
the thing is, you know who had potential right out of the gate to be the best Raiders running back of all time? Darren McFadden.
He had a really good, first couple
His
of years.
rookie, his first couple rookie and sophomore year, they were really good, and then it just fell off. But he had potential to be really good.
He also got the injury bug.
You know who else? You know who else was very serviceable for them and had potential if he had stayed his whole career there? Could have racked up a lot of numbers. Michael Bush.
Yeah,
He was
Michael
like
Bush
quietly
a good guy.
like decent for them.
Match. I know you looked it up. So who was it?
what? What was the question?
Who was the Raiders running back in 04?
That was an 04.
02.
02.
02?
04 the Patriots won. 04.
02.
04.
Tyrone Wheatley.
That's the starter. I mean, I believe you, but I don't. My heart doesn't
There
believe
was
you.
also Randy Jordan, Zach Croquette, John Ritchie, Charlie Garner, and
So the first name.
Madre Hill.
I don't know
heard
any
Jordan,
of the fuckers
Do you
are.
remember Lamont Jordan?
Big guy?
Bigger guy.
Played for the Jets?
Jets and Raiders, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you remember him. So I thought he was on that team, kind of. But what Mass is describing, it doesn't sound like he was on that team.
Might have not played for the Jets, but I think I know the name.
No, I think,
Jerry Rice was on the roster.
he
that
was.
year.
He was. And in fact, not that he's not the greatest receiver of all time, but that would have put him over the top over anybody even in consideration.
If he'd won.
If he won, like, with the Raiders at,
That would have been,
at
what,
55
5
years
rings?
old.
Yeah, instead they got fucking blown the fuck out.
Here's a good name for you, just because this is pre-2000, but I know you know a lot of players because the NFL's your passion. Not better than Marcus Allen or Bo Jackson, but could be on that list for like maybe 3. Napoleon Kaufman.
That's a good name.
He only
Dynamite?
played 5 years with the Raiders, but he was fucking lights out
It's
for
a good
them.
name. Yeah, and probably someone who I wouldn't consider otherwise, but yeah,
He's
for
not
sure.
better than Allen or Jackson. I personally would give the nod to Allen over
I'm
Jackson.
I'm giving it to Allen because Bo injury prone, and I don't know.
Well, and the thing too is the injury prone comes from you figure he was playing heavy sports from the end of
Forever.
from the end of March till the end of December. I mean, he had 2 months of rest.
Yeah,
And then spring training started.
and probably the last guy to do it effectively. So Dion did it too, but not nearly as effectively. Effectively as he is. Bo
He had the
Jackson.
cool stat of hitting a home run and catching a touchdown in the
Yeah,
same
which is
same week.
awesome, but it's
Right,
just different.
but Bo Jackson was a better baseball player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Also played for the White Sox, though.
Yeah, very much true.
All right, Souls, what team we got?
We have no. This is the Oakland Raiders again.
That's fine.
Well, yeah.
All right, so the Oakland Raiders then.
All right.
Running back.
Nope, it's green. So, who's the best front 7 player for the Oakland Raiders?
Khalil Mack.
Is that really your answer?
Yeah.
Khalil
Over-
Mack's the best front 7 guy ever?
Over
Yep.
players like Howie Long or
Well, hey, it's your opinion, guy.
I honestly think so. I think he was just...
I mean, listen, I
He was a
don't
game changer for them.
I don't discredit Khalil Mack whatsoever. I guess I'm surprised that after not 1 year. That's not what I meant to say. After, he played 4 years. 4 years with Oakland before we traded. I'm relying on you guys to pick me up off of my my stutter here.
yes.
He played 4 years. Was dominant, 100% dominant.
See, I'm doing this like off of people that I've seen.
Well, that's fair too. I mean, but I guess I'm
Right,
questioning.
but you can know all-time greats. Like you think of
I mean, there's notoriety for
you
sure.
think of like what solidifies you as an all-time great pass rusher? Getting into triple figures for career for sacks. I mean, Greg Townsend had 107 sacks for the Raiders over a decade of playing.
I mean, the 70s Raiders, though, they only won twice. Actually, once in the 70s.
I also don't know the Raiders that well. Like,
No, I understand that. I'm just
Right. Okay, that's...
because I know football, like the in and outs. Like I know everything about it, but I don't know the deep teams. Like
with the exception of the Steelers.
Yeah, like
No, that's fair.
well, you guys know for football, but I know for baseball. And
No, I
basketball.
understand that. I understand that.
That's fair.
Well, that's the whole point of this topic, though, is because we do know those things, so we shed these names on you, and now you know these names. But I'm saying, like, later on down the line, maybe you don't do this, maybe you do. Like, whenever Kendall and I talk, if we bring up a name the other one doesn't know or hasn't heard in a long time, I know Kendall and I have both been like, oh, I'm going to look up highlights of this guy. Even if it's just for funny shit. But, like Townsend, like...
I would say Howie Long, I guess.
Howie Long was also really good. Howie Long...
I would say Howie Long.
I think Howie Long was in the 80s for sacks, but Howie Long was more of like that run-stopper bruiser kind of guy.
Right, and I would put Howie Long in the conversation for a guy who modernized a position, perhaps.
He brought two sons in.
He also
Right, let that be an impact.
he also did the Jack Lambert with the neck pad.
Yeah.
He might be one of the last guys to actually sport it like for that long.
Yeah.
He did it for a long time. Not a lot of
I
guys.
would say Howie Long, but I do think Khalil Mack is definitely
Listen,
very close.
Khalil Mack is a absolute.
He didn't play
stud.
that long enough, but I think like
Well, and things too, it was kind of just by the way it worked out. Say things don't go the way they do, he's still a Raider. So,
Melvin Gordon's going to end up there. It's going to piss me off.
God, I hope not. Send him to
All
Pittsburgh.
right, Mass. Did you randomize a team?
Hey,
Who you got?
49ers.
All right, who's the best quarterback in 49ers history?
You got
that's
two to pick from.
Worth a discussion. C.J. Beathard.
Nick Mullins.
Jeff Garcia. It should be just one guy.
No, definitely two.
Mass, give us anything.
Montana.
Montana?
Why?
He had more prolonged success than Young did. Young was the more electric player, but I also think he had a stronger team around him.
Which one's the one that lost the helmet on the scramble?
Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Oh, Steve Young.
Good guy. I'm a Montana guy through and through. I'm picking him, but I have much respect, and I get the Steve Young argument 100%. I get it.
Chief Steve Young.
No, that's Montana. Montana played for the Chiefs.
Oh, who'd Steve Young go to?
Well, he played for Tampa Bay first
That's right.
in the orange creamsicle jerseys.
Which should always be a thing.
You would love that jersey.
Well, the logo was sick, though.
The guy, he has the knife in his mouth. Yeah.
What team we got?
Sword or a knife?
I didn't
This
randomize
is
it yet.
technically a sword, I guess. No, it's a dagger.
Not a sword, not a
Atlanta
knife.
Falcons.
Dagger.
All right,
We've already
best...
done the Falcons. Do you want to shuffle again?
No, because it's a different position. So it's best quarterback in Atlanta Falcons history, Matt Ryan.
Yeah, over Vic.
Yeah. Because at least Matt Ryan took him to a Super Bowl. I mean, Mike Vick was electric. Don't get me wrong, but like...
Boogie Woogie.
Huh? No, Mike Vick was electric, and Mike Vick did a lot to help the team win, but he did a lot... Like,
I mean, what we're just saying, it definitely comes down to Ryan versus Vic. No one else definitely. I mean, they went to the Super Bowl one previous time, but could you
Shop.
name it? What?
Shot.
Shop. Could you name the guy who took the Falcons to the Super Bowl the first time? Absolutely not.
Brett Favre. You
So-
know what?
Falcons
Actually,
went to
I
the
was
Super
listening
Bowl?
to a thing. Do you know what?
Falcons went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, prior to the Patriots, they lost to the Broncos.
I was actually listening to a thing. Do you know that Brett Favre, like, the reason the Falcons wanted to trade him was just, like, after he was drafted, like, because he wasn't like, playing right away, like, he, like, just, like, was, like, drinking a lot of beer, eating fast food, like, at practices.
I mean, I didn't
He
know,
was
but that-
bad.
He was doing that. He was doing drugs, and he was sleeping with a lot of women.
I mean, hey,
Hopefully
That's a
hotter
legend.
than his wife.
it's like a team distraction before the internet. Like,
Yeah.
he's just a monster.
I would give the nod to Matt Ryan simply because he brought him to the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan, I think, has a more accurate arm. So, if you're really going to break it down, Vic, I mean, like, I don't consider, like, when you're comparing two quarterbacks, I take short accuracy off the table completely. Because, like, when you think of quarterbacks and you think of great short accuracy, like, you laugh because you think of people like Pennington. That's because they couldn't do the long throw. Like, any quarterback should be able to make the short, accurate passes. I'd give the mid-range throw and the deep ball accuracy to Ryan. I think Vic had a stronger arm. Vic was obviously definitely more mobile, but I think Matt Ryan has a higher football IQ, and he brought the team to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And he's put together a impressive resume in terms of like winning seasons. So I'd have to give the nod to Matt Ryan.
Right. And people want to romanticize.
Granted, Matt Ryan had more weapons than Vic did, but
Right.
See, I love Vic for one reason, because he had a 20-yard rush to let Bell score the winning touchdown.
Hey, there we go.
to who? What?
So you remember when
We're not talking about Steelers Vic.
All right,
Doesn't count.
go on.
Matt Ryan.
But
All right, we're spinning.
we're spinning.
Mass has something in mind for Kendall. Can you just do it? Stop it. Buffalo Bills what? Buffalo Bills quarterback?
Best all time.
No, it can't be Buffalo Bills then.
It's easy.
Oh, yeah. Who is it?
What we're saying, Jim Kelly.
No, who? What
you
team?
mean Fitzpatrick? Is that what
What
we're doing?
team? No, what team? He wants you to say a specific name.
For Buffalo Bills?
No. Different team. Same conference. Same division.
Oh, the Patriots? Patriots? Well, it's got to be Tom Brady.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
What do you mean? Drew Bledsoe.
I love Drew Bledsoe, but, whatever.
It just... My whole gripe... there's no argument. Brady, obviously, best quarterback all time for the Patriots, and probably all time when it's all said and done.
Perhaps, yeah.
But I think when you're looking at the retrospect of all time, I think it's him. Because here's the thing. If Peyton Manning's one regular season, and even if you consider Joe Montana one postseason, but Brady's two in both of those, that automatically averages out to be better than...
Right.
Because Peyton Manning's not third postseason. And Joe Montana's not second, or not third regular season.
Am I happy he won two? Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, but like Joe Montana, like regular season quarterback, it would probably go... Regular season quarterback would probably go Manning, Breeze, Brady. And then postseason, it would probably go, if you wanted to make the argument for Montana, it'd be Montana, Brady, Elway?
No.
No, not Elway. Montana, Brady.
Well, I take it back. Because you know what? Elway did actually have a lot of success.
He took him to a lot of Super Bowls. He
went to 5. In fact, you're right.
He just lost him.
You're going Marino.
Yeah, it's
Top 5 quarterbacks
tough.
all time. Go.
Top 5 all time, encompassing everything.
Encompassing everything.
Brady, Manning,
Breeze.
Montana, and Marino.
Yeah, that's a satisfactory.
That'd probably be my list.
Cool.
Kenny Stabler 6.
Kind of the snake stabler.
Massey, what school did Dan Marino go to? I'll give you $20.
Pitt.
Oh shit!
Fuck yourself.
He goes, "I'll give you $20."
Pay up, bitch.
All right, what
That's
team?
awesome.
Got you at your wedding.
He's like, please forget.
What'd you get?
What team?
Seattle Seahawks.
Richard Sherman.
Best quarterback all time.
Best defensive back, Richard Sherman.
The other Trufant.
Mason.
I don't remember his name.
Oh, Tresman Trufant.
No, Trufant. My bad. They also had a Trufant that was decent, but I got no problem with Richard Sherman. Whatever, he had the notoriety.
That would be Marcus Trufant.
Yes, thank you, Mass. Marcus Trufant. I don't know if they're related.
Desmond Trufant's father.
Is it?
No.
I'll say
I'm an idiot for asking that
no
question.
way. He was born at 18 years old. Yikes, tough crowd.
So, here's the thing. For me, when it comes to the Seahawks, it gets broken down. If I were to try to pick like 3, 4, or 5, the Legion of Boom makes the list completely.
For
Sherman,
defenses?
Thomas, and Chancellor. All, I think, are in the top 5. The other one that really stands out is dating way back would be Kenny Easley.
Ooh.
He was really good, but I don't...
One of the best safeties.
Right, but I don't think he was a better safety for the Seahawks than Chancellor was. Now, a lot of people are really high on Earl Thomas. I think Cam Chancellor was a better safety than Earl Thomas. Like Earl Thomas was definitely more of a ball hawk than Cam Chancellor, but just for me, and I think the two people at this table can really appreciate it. There is a lot more to the safety position than picking the football. Tackling, the safety.
You're enforcing.
The run stop, the safety blitz, and tackling. Yeah. Being able to tackle somebody as a safety has to be the number one trait. Like, you can be the greatest pick artist of all time. You could have 45 interceptions this season, but if you can't tackle somebody, your team's not winning games. You're a safety for, Kendall says it all the time. The name of your position is all-encompassing. You're the last line of defense. You're a safety. You're the safety net. Last line of defense. If you can't tackle, they're by you. Receiver, running back, even some quarterbacks, Cam Newton's of the world, like, they can get to the third level, and if you can't tackle, and Cam Newton's not a small guy.
It's funny, I was like just about to say it.
Right, so I mean, I think Cam Chancellor's better, but Richard Sherman, at least as a Seahawk, I mean, before the injury bug bit him in those last season or two, he was just so dominant. I mean, not only was he a good tackler and good at stuffing the run, but he was just lights out on coverage, and he was just such a good pick artist, and that was whether it was man or zone. I'm going to give the nod to Sherman. Any rebuttals? Any debates? No?
No, because I mean, I think the Legion of Boom was enough to be like, hey, pick from these three guys.
All right, what's the next team?
Yeah.
Green Bay.
Who is the best wide receiver in Green Bay Packers?
Jordy Nelson done. Bye.
See, that's a good question. I'm so
What's
in
that
tune.
guy from the 40s, from the 30s?
Don Hudson?
Don Hudson. There you go.
I mean, yeah. I mean, a great player. I mean,
Can't go off the back then.
the NFL is just so different. I mean,
My opinion, if you care, it's
I
Donald
care.
Driver.
I mean, I like Donald Driver. I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand.
Broke his neck, though, didn't he?
Doesn't make him a bad receiver.
He definitely did have an injury, kind of like that. Was it a broken neck? I can't remember. I remember he did have an injury like that.
Well, I know just because when you play a team twice a year, you see a lot of, like, stats. I know that neither Nelson nor Cobb passed Hudson in career receiving yards.
Oh, is that true? Yeah.
Yeah, neither of them did. I believe, if I'm correct, I believe the top four is... I know Donald Driver's one. I believe... Somebody... I can't remember who his name... Somebody played in the 70s, I think is two.
What's the question?
Shannon Sharp.
Oh, Sterling Sharp.
Sterling Sharp is
His
three.
brother, older brother.
Yeah, Sterling Sharp, I believe, is three. And then I think four is Hudson.
Yeah,
What's the question?
Best,
I'm not going to Google it, but...
No, just the
So, I mean,
receiving leaders all time.
Unfortunately, because of how
Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb.
Greg Jennings.
But none of them are higher than Hudson, who played in the 30s. Like none,
right,
like,
and
in
we know those guys because it's a very stat-driven league,
I'm
and
gonna look up the guy real quick.
with Rodgers
It's gonna bug me.
being so dominant. I mean, be kind of a cop out as it, Hudson, as a classic player. I mean,
James Lofton.
James Lofton, yeah,
He's second all time in receiving.
Even I know that name.
good player.
I couldn't think of it.
James Lofton, Kyle will say this as well, father of Kenny Lofton. Got no love.
Danger zone.
Yeah.
Isn't that Kenny Loggins?
Yes, but
Yeah, but it was close enough, and the Archer reference. Found the poster you gave me the other day.
Speaking of which, did you hear they changed their mind and they're doing a season 10 now?
yeah,
Good.
Disney's gonna do it
Nice.
because Disney bought Fox. Why you give me that look?
Because Archer is awesome, by the way. Should be
They're
watch
gonna
show.
they're gonna bring him back from the coma finally.
Hey, listen, I'm not caught up. He's in a coma. Good.
That's like 4 seasons ago.
No. Well, I know Dreamland is where I left off. But anyway, I know.
Which easily
Stop
one of
it.
the best seasons.
Anyway,
so off.
So Hudson's my guy.
Definitely Vice was the best season.
I said one of the best.
Pam on Coke.
Yes.
Primo Minto.
Top notch hoe, as they say.
Yeah. All right, so who are you saying? Donald Driver?
I'm gonna give it to Hudson. Kind of crap, unless he's excluded.
No, that's fair. You can give Hudson.
I'm a fan of
Why
classic
would you
NFL.
You consider a franchise as storied as the Green Bay Packers for somebody who played in a very dominantly run-oriented team to be fourth all time, still on that list in passing with people like Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, somebody who's amassed as many yards as Adams has over the years. You look at people like Jermichael Finley, who had a lot of good games.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players that have come in and
I'm just
Storied
gonna
career.
real quick before you spin. I'm just curious. Who's the best Packers quarterback of all time?
Best Packers quarterback.
Rodgers.
Well,
let me give you a favor on that one.
Nice. I didn't catch right away, but Favre was Favre, spelled properly, said properly,
Brett
phonetically. And you know what? Listen, the stats don't lie. Rodgers has super inflated stats.
What about
He's
Bart
played
Starr?
well.
No, Brett Favre.
So here's the deal. Bart Starr won back-to-back Super Bowls in the
And
creation
he
of the Super
lost
Bowl.
a single playoff game. One.
Right. And here's the deal. And listen, I defend classic NFL football big time. I do. I'm a big,
Brett Favre took him to the playoffs countless times. Brett Favre went to more Super Bowls than Aaron Rodgers, even if it was by one. He won the Super Bowl, which is what would essentially kind of put him over it. But Brett Favre also was the NFL Iron Man for 2 decades. You could not injure Brett Favre. We have seen Aaron Rodgers go down from injury after injury, and I understand that when he's on the field, it's completely different. But last year, Rodgers was on the field, and it didn't make the difference for that team. And the team offensively had weapons, and they couldn't get it done. And for me, what really kind of cemented the argument was 2 years ago. 2 years ago when Aaron Rodgers was injured, and he came back to play that one game that if they had won the game, they'd still be in the playoff hunt.
Which one, Carolina?
I think
Minnesota.
Minnesota. If they had beaten Minnesota, they would have been in the playoff hunt still. And they lost the game, and then he went back on the injured reserve list.
Bad
Which
luck.
actually, by NFL rules, should have actually been a huge fine against the Green Bay Packers.
I don't think he went on injured reserve. I think it's just they didn't play him.
No, he was on the injury report.
Was he? Well, I think you
No, there was something that was broken down. That there should have been a fine.
Oh, I remember this because he should have been on the waiver wire, shouldn't he have? Technically, he should have been on the waiver wire. Anybody should have been able to take him.
Yeah.
It's something like that, but
funny as hell.
There was
regardless,
something that happened that it wouldn't have happened because of like the way his contract was lined up. So they just would have been fined, and it was like something like exorbitant, like $15 million or something like that. The Packers would have been.
I was going to say, if you're on the injury report, doesn't mean they have to do it.
No, he was on the injury. He was on the injury report, and you do have to do it because he was on the injury report. You have to disclose. Players that are able to play have to be off the injury report by Wednesday night.
Well, I think you could be on it. Just you have to be considered as questionable or probable.
No, you have to be considered probable.
I don't know how it works.
Questionable is 24 hours before the game.
All right, here you go. Fresh from the blah, blah. Multiple NFL teams have complained to the league that
No,
because
just pick a new team. I don't want to do this too much. No, that's all dead news. It
he
doesn't
should have
matter.
had to been released. Is what it was.
That would be funny.
Carolina Panthers.
I would have given a lot of money to kill him. Carolina Panthers? All right, so his best running back in Carolina Panthers history. Don't you fucking dare say Christian McCaffrey.
Nah,
Jonathan Stewart.
D'Angelo Williams.
D'Angelo Williams way better than Jonathan Stewart.
I was going to say Deshaun Foster.
Yeah,
Did
man.
you know at one point when the Panthers had Williams and Stewart, they were 2 of the 5 highest paid running backs, and neither of them had a 1,000-yard season?
That's funny.
They were just so good together.
They weren't. That wasn't the thing. Cam just rushed all the time in that stage of his career. He just ran all the time. They never, ever... Mike Tolbert had more carries than either of them.
That's the offense that should have been. That team should have exploded,
They
and it just didn't.
They should have had easily 4,000 rushing yards as a team. And they didn't know how to use running backs.
It didn't work.
They still don't know how to use running backs. Really, honestly. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, don't get me wrong, he's a pass-catching god, but I mean, Christian McCaffrey has a lot of talent between the tackles. And Christian McCaffrey should be a 1-2-3 down running back with an occasion. I don't know.
I don't know who they have behind him.
Doesn't matter as long if Cam's healthy.
Deshaun Foster, he came back.
If Cam's healthy though, Cam's your running back. I mean, seriously though, if Cam's healthy, you just run 5 receivers and 4 receivers and a tight end.
I think he's going to hold back on that because of the shoulder injury.
I don't think so because his shoulder's going to be good.
I don't know.
They put the report out. His shoulder, it's just going to be something. Every occasional offseason, they're going to have to go in and chip away at the cartilage on his bones.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, maybe he's afraid to get hit.
I don't think he will be. It's too much of his nature. So who are you saying?
D'Angelo Williams.
D'Angelo Williams?
Yeah.
Most fucked over running back in Steelers history as well.
Yeah, he should have been there. Now he's in CNA.
Yep. All right, Mass.
Detroit Lions.
All right, this is perfect. Who's ready to watch him suffer? Can you go ahead and name me the best defensive back in Detroit Lions history?
Easy.
Don't you dare say Darius Slay.
No.
What, Glover?
Glover Quinn.
Who?
Night Train Lee.
It's a classic player.
Oh, I did forget about Night Train. I
You
forgot.
would have never said it if you didn't say it.
Yeah.
You're the one that said who?
I thought you were going to be a dick.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't expect you to think I was going to be a dick the one time out of 100.
I
forgot,
always
'cause
said that guy's name.
I
Recently.
I don't do it on purpose, but I always associate him as a Ram too.
Shouldn't. All
Right,
right.
that was his rookie year.
What do you got? What was his rookie year?
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's the year he had the picks, the 14 picks, isn't it?
Doesn't matter.
Cleveland
Got
Browns.
Cleveland Browns.
Quarterback.
Oh,
Johnny
man.
Manziel.
Is it quarterback?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though.
Otto Graham.
Anyone but Baker Mayfield's in play.
I think Baker Mayfield deserves it a lot more than those guys from 2005 and 2015. Anybody that suited up after Tim Couch and before Johnny Manziel's out.
There was one guy.
Brady Quinn.
The last time they made the playoffs, there's one guy. Because he brought them and got signed for a long-term contract.
Oh, is it
Trent Differ.
No.
Jeff Garcia?
No.
I know who you're talking about, but I always blank on him.
His initials are KH.
Calvin Hobbs.
No.
Oh, sorry. Calvin and Hobbs.
You're trying to remember, aren't you?
Yeah.
He was also a Buffalo Bill, Kendall.
Kelly Holcomb.
Dickhead.
No, that's fine. I wouldn't have got it. I always forget his name. Welcome, though. But is he the best Browns quarterback of all time?
No way.
Yeah.
I think Tim Couch might
No way. Best Browns.
Look up the stats.
What are the? I mean, so are you just getting Bernie Kosar entirely?
I was thinking of our generation.
Okay, well then fine. Then you're right. 100% you're right. My bad.
Yeah, if you're talking our generation. That's a different story.
Yeah. I mean, Derek Anderson, had a decent stretch.
You also had a decent game for the Bills.
Yeah, fine. Fine.
Hoyer wasn't that bad.
No, he
RG3
wasn't.
was there.
If it means anything to you, NFL.com ranks Baker Mayfield already the third best quarterback.
Who are the top two?
Unbelievable.
Otto Graham and Bernie Kosar. But I'm giving
Forgot
it
about
to,
Autogram, too.
I'm giving it to Kosar.
That's who I've been saying the entire time.
So,
Let me hear you once.
Yeah, but he doesn't say it into the mic. He does the Souls thing where he's like, Otto Graham! Otto Graham, Paul!
See, I heard you.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, it's because I'm yelling really loud. I'm going to give it to Bernie Kosar, though.
yeah, which
Kelly
is
Holcomb.
fair.
No, I'm giving it to Bernie Kosar.
I mean, Otto Graham, classic player, he had championships,
The only reason I give it to Bernie Kosar is because Bernie Kosar won and brought his team to the playoffs in a time where there was a more saturation of teams in the NFL.
Okay. Modern era of NFL.
Yeah, teams like the Bears and the Packers have such a long history. So do the Browns, Steelers, Eagles, Giants, those types of teams. But when they were winning, NFL championships, there wasn't as much of a saturation of teams to go against. So if you could put a really good team together for 6 years, there's a pretty good chance you were winning 4 of those championships, which is what the Bears, the Giants, they all did.
I keep thinking of our generation.
All right, we're team.
Tennessee Titans.
Ooh,
Gross.
who's the best defensive back in Tennessee Titans history, Kendall?
Wow.
He plays now.
Olivier Vernon.
Man, I can't even.
Dory Jackson.
That is a
No.
tough question.
Werner.
Man,
Just corner, not safety.
No, defensive back.
Whatever happened to Altron Werner?
I don't know. Here's the thing. He's really good, but there's still a lot to prove for him. He just got a high contract.
I know, but there's just nobody else.
Who?
Werner was really good. Werner was...
Cortland Finnegan.
Yeah, Cortland Finnegan was a good Titan.
He's a good
Werner was
Titan,
also
yeah.
a really good Titan. That was a huge deal when he left the Titans.
It was. He got a fucking boatload of money, too.
I think Werner could take the cake. He was a really good defensive back for them.
We counting Oiler days?
No.
I mean, we could, but I couldn't name you any guys from the Oilers who was like a big
I can only name you
standout.
2 Oilers.
Warren Moon.
Nope. Rockefeller, Warren Moon.
That's a shot. I'd like one as well, honestly.
There's got to be some thinking.
I mean, to keep the segment going, I mean, Werner, I mean, Finnegan as well. I guess I'll give it to Werner. I mean,
I
that's,
think Werner was an absolute lockdown corner.
yeah. So in the '90s, there was probably a guy, but I couldn't name you who it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to the bathroom quick.
All right, what team we got?
We have
Ken Houston.
Chicago Bears.
Ooh. Kyle, who's the best wide receiver in Bears history?
Booker.
T.
It's Booker.
Washington.
I don't know any Bears from
Willie
back
Gault.
Fuck you.
then. Allen Robinson.
Also, fuck you.
Kidding. Huh.
Johnny Knox. Alshon Jeffrey.
No, you can give it to Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall.
I'm not going to do that.
Who would you say is the best of all time?
Willie Gault.
No.
It's what I just said.
No.
And I said it into
If
the
you want to be
mic.
technical, actually, Alshon Jeffrey has more career receiving yards for the Bears than Brandon Marshall does.
Can I go Devin Hester?
But that's because That's because Alshon Jeffrey was the default. My personal opinion would be Curtis Conway.
Here's my second guess.
After your third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh guess.
I'm looking at the Bears all-time receivers right now.
Oh.
Willie Gault, Curtis Conway, Brandon Marshall, top three.
Machcine Muhammad.
In yards?
No, just like all-time.
I would give it to Curtis Conway.
Marty Booker's fourth.
Marty Booker was he was good, but not for a long time.
Walter Payton is fourth in all-time receiving yards.
Yep. I'm sure
Get
Matt
off of
Forte is probably up there, too. Top 10.
Matt Forte is number 7.
Yep.
About the fridge.
Mike Ditka is number 5. Harlan Hill is number 2.
I'll go with Houston.
Who?
Who's Johnny Morris?
You going with Houston Hill? All right.
Curtis Conway. I don't know.
All right, Mass. Pick a team.
Minnesota Vikings.
Best kicker of all time.
Dan Bailey.
All right. Who's the best front seven guy for the Minnesota Vikings all time?
What
It
is...
initially landed on White, but I didn't want to give you that. It's too easy.
What's that?
Running back. It's too easy. And quarterback's too easy, too.
John Randall.
For the defensive? Oh.
Defensive line.
I was saying quarterback. I was like, oh.
John Randall's a good, Hall of Famer. I mean, so it's like, for me, it's John Randall and the Purple People Eaters in the 70s, which the names right now are not coming to me. So, I mean, by picking Randall, I mean, it's for argument's sake, yeah.
I love John Randall. He was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm Anthony Barr.
I like him.
Give me the best Eagles quarterback of all time.
Donovan McNabb.
Big McNabb guy. Well, I can't hate you there.
You serious? Jaws.
Souls, big Jaws fan.
He said Jaws.
Oh my God, Ron Jaworski, he's
Nick
here.
Foles?
Spin it.
Playoff Nick Foles?
Yeah. Well, no, regular season Nick Foles for them was pretty good.
Best
All
Oakland Raiders quarterback all time.
All time.
Rich
Kenny
Gannon.
Stabler.
Kenny Stabler.
Yeah.
Kenny the
probably,
Snake.
Probably, yeah.
Was he the quarterback when they won the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The 30 for 30 on him was pretty good. Was it 30 for 30 that did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy
no,
guy.
it
So,
was
was that on 30 for 30?
No, it was the NFL Life or
Oh.
whatever it was.
So, I mean, in general, the guy was out the night before. He's at a bar, reading the playbook, like, at the bar, and then gets drunk, listens to the jukebox, and goes, plays the game.
The best NFL 30 for 30, though, is the one on the 85 Bears.
Oh, you've never seen the one on
No,
Jeff Martin.
No. The best 30 for 30 is everybody hates Christian Leitner.
I said the best NFL one.
Yeah, that is NFL.
Is it?
Oh, no.
No,
Will
he's an
Jackson.
NCAA player.
I don't fucking know the name.
He went to
pick a
Duke
team.
and got drafted by some team that sucked.
He just
That
did
enough to
this
be on Kyle's radar.
San Diego Chargers.
Defensive front.
The Chargers of
Yeah.
all time.
Ends and linebackers and tackles.
Single player.
Not him, by the way.
Joey Bosa?
I said Sean Merriman, but it's probably Junior Seau.
Yeah, I could give it to him.
Yeah.
Derwin James.
Out forever. I think that's going to hurt them a lot more than they think.
Mm-hmm.
Mass?
I don't know what it is. I'm a little nervous about that. Saints.
Running back.
Adrian
Bush?
Peterson.
You said Reggie Bush?
Deuce, baby.
Oh, I forgot that.
Deuce.
Juice McAllister, he was pretty good.
I've never
You
seen
can't say
Duke
Rick Williams
McAllister
was
play.
not very good for them.
Facts.
So, Juice
Neither was Mike
McAllister
Ditka.
was the guy just before you started watching football.
Oh, hold
basically.
on. I got this. Ricky Williams.
Just said don't pick him.
He wasn't that good for them, and neither was Mike Ditka.
And let me tell you something.
I know,
You know
they
why he
traded
wasn't
their
worth
entire
it?
draft away for him.
You know why he wasn't that good for them? Because they gave up 95 picks. I
They
only know
gave
that.
up.
Juice McAllister's the right option, I think.
I think so.
Okay, Duke McAllister.
I think Ingram would be second, though.
Solid pick.
All right, what's next?
Tampa Bay.
Oh, man, who's the best quarterback in Tampa Bay history?
Uh,
Jeff Garcia?
I mean, if you want to give Brad Johnson the nod for winning the Super Bowl, maybe. You know. But
Jameis Winston? Can I go first 4 games of Ryan Fitzpatrick?
yeah, I mean, that's a tough call. I mean, so if you had to
Can
go
we go
by,
to Sean
I could actually-
Jackson, Ryan
Did you guys hear
Fitzpatrick?
the thud of Kyle
I
catching
did.
that?
I heard it. You know, it was funny. Not really on air conversation, but I had a dream about doing
Steve
Saw
Young.
last night. First time it's ever happened to me.
Rebecca,
I never
let
had it.
him dip again.
It has nothing to do with her.
It's not bad for him.
I finally have dental insurance.
Me too.
That's all the more reason to do it.
Steve Young, best quarterback.
I mean, no, but yeah.
I feel like it's a tie between Brad Johnson and Jeff Garcia.
Basically, here's what happened. Brad Johnson won a Super
Test
Bowl.
the verdict.
Oh, God.
Ew.
I mean, he played there for a while. Paul, you know what? Anyone you pick is the right answer.
Eddie House. Not the right answer.
Can you pick nobody?
I'll give it to Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, yeah?
Took him to the playoffs.
Named every team he played for.
All of them.
49ers, Browns, Tampa Bay.
All right. Baron.
One more round of this one?
Yeah, we're going to go one more round. So,
Baltimore.
Kendall, this is your last one, okay?
All right.
All right, so
Baltimore.
Kendall, Baltimore defensive backs. This is pretty easy. In my
Ed Reed
opinion.
all day, bro.
All right.
Well,
Somebody besides Ed Reed.
all right. So I'm going to skip
Kobe
him.
Jones.
I'm going to skip Ed Reed.
What did you just say?
You said Jacoby Jones.
He's a receiver.
I know he is.
So a guy who ended up.
I don't think he's actually a receiver. He's just a return guy.
He caught the. Wasn't he the one who caught the?
Yeah, but
pass
he
to
was
Denver?
like he was a wide receiver in like kind of the way Devin Hester was a wide receiver.
Only
Yeah.
need you when you need it.
Yeah, he was just like go as fast as you can, and I'm just gonna throw it. Other than that, just catch the punts.
Yeah.
We
So-
watched him return a kick live. Well, Kendall and Kyle didn't. They were in the bathroom.
No, me and
No,
Jeff.
I was there.
No, you
We went to redeem our prize that was
the
no
Wendy's
longer
small frosty or whatever
not available after halftime.
I was sad.
Didn't know about that.
for like 3 seconds. Then you guys came back out and whooped their ass again.
Threw for 6 touchdowns.
I mean, if we're doing
Or
besides
five
Ed
touchdowns.
Reed.
So, I mean, for me, a guy, you know, who's hated the Ravens forever, but a guy who's been effective, I mean, Ladarius Webb had a lot of picks.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders.
I won't count him because he was 37 years old.
Rod Woodson.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, he won the Super Bowl with him, but it was at the tail end of his career, too.
I mean,
All right. Team. Give me a team.
Earl Thomas is there now.
Yeah, I can't count him, though.
Let me count a guy who's never taken a snap.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, so who's the best running back in Jacksonville Jaguars history?
Fred Taylor.
No way.
Hashtag more Jacks.
Definitely Fred Taylor.
No.
Who?
No. No.
TJ Yeldon.
TJ Yeldon, of course.
Is that where you're going with this?
Is it MJD?
I think it might be Maurice Jones-Drew.
I think it's Fred Taylor.
I'll tell you what,
It was effective longer.
it's worth a toss-up. It's definitely worth a conversation.
Let's do it. All right, let's do a 3-point contest for it.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
I'll do it.
What did you busting out your phone do for us doing a 3-point contest? Are you going to throw your phone at me? Does that count as a 3-pointer? If that's the case, Kendall, can I borrow your phone?
Yes.
All right, I get 2 phones. So if I hit you twice, I win. I got 3 phones.
So he had 153 games played, 2,534 rushes and attempts, 11695 yards, and 66 touchdowns.
Who?
Fred Taylor.
About Jones-Drew?
Getting there.
Oh. I don't remember anything you said.
Wow. The first thing that is Jones Drew's sister.
Nice.
He rushed for a lot less yards with 2 more touchdowns.
Jones true. No, I'll give it to Frette. That's fine.
And a lot
As long as MJD can't do
it-
All right, who do you
commentating.
got?
It's worth the
Mass, who's your last
conversation.
team?
Giants.
All right, who's the best defensive back in Giants history?
easy. Seahorn.
I gotta review these beers. I just want to sit down. Standing up is so much better. My butt doesn't hurt. It's
I have
cooler.
no idea.
Well, you can say it's Justin. You can say it's Jason Seahorn.
Not him, though.
It's not
Do you
him, but fuck
remember
mine.
those receivers we talked about earlier? Any of those guys are kind of worth the conversation. The Deborah Henderson, the Lance Moores.
We're talking about DBs.
Oh, never mind. None of those guys I was talking about.
Rodgers,
Do you wanna-
Quantity?
No. There's got to be somebody.
Mukamura?
No.
Defensive backs we're talking?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a guy who returned an interception in the Super Bowl against Peyton Manning. He's a namesake.
Giants.
Oh, I thought we were talking Saints. What-
God damn it, Kendall.
How did this all happen that I'm thinking the Saints and everyone... So, what?
Giants defensive backs.
Oh, Jason Seahorn.
If I could give you another shot, I can. I would.
I almost have to pick Seahorn because both of them said it. Independently of another.
Can I actually have a shot?
No.
No.
Well, why?
Because you weren't paying attention.
Exactly why I should have a shot.
No.
That seems to be the rule anytime this show exists.
No. The punishment is what the point of that is. Your punishment is not having a shot.
Oh, I still want one. So we're looking for the best Giants.
Janoris Jenkins. Eli Apple. Perfect.
Bruce.
I'm trying to think back to the Super Bowl days.
Who the fuck was back there?
Miss, do you remember any names?
What?
Oh, God.
I didn't hear the question.
Listen, just go with Tom Landry.
Land.
So I'm going to go through this right now. I'm on Ranker. Jason Seahorn is the highest rated cornerback of all time.
All right, I guess we're going ahead and taking.
But that's for
fucking-
all the wrong reasons.
The only person ranked higher than him is Dick Lynch, and that was in like the 40s.
Dick Lynch.
Against Jason Seahorn.
All right, we're taking
Jason
Jason
Seahorn.
Seahorn. Da, da,
Right there,
da,
you know
da,
your
da.
team sucks.
Actually, you know your team sucks when your
Kickers
kickers
on
on
the
the
poster.
poster.
All right,
Yes.
last team,
Last team, Dallas Cowboys.
Emmett Smith.
Give him another one. Give him a new
All
one.
right,
No, I'll just spin the wheel again.
No, new one.
Alright.
Fuck the cap.
Houston Texans.
Aaron Foster.
Give me a
Fuck.
new one.
Arian Foss.
Miami Dolphins.
You told me he's not the best running back in Texans history?
Well, actually,
Miami
technically, yes, he is.
Who are we
He
Dolphins?
is.
Huh?
What about Amon Bradshaw?
Dolphins.
Dolphins?
Dolphins. Larry Zonka.
You
Yeah.
son of a bitch. Stop fucking telling me.
I would have said Larry Zonka.
Alright, another one.
Keep doing this all day, Kyle.
Kansas City. Priest Holmes.
Nah, Jamal Charles.
Think so?
I do.
I was gonna say Marcus Allen.
Nah, Jamal
Alright.
Charles was just a. Jamal Charles one time had 300 total yards in the game with only 40 yards receiving or 40 yards rushing.
Phil Lindsay.
That's not the Chiefs.
So the Jets.
It's not a Jet either.
And
How
the
about for the... I don't fucking know.
Come on, man.
Steelers.
Cardinals.
The Cardinals?
Emmett Smith.
Oh, no. That's actually a good one because it's not David. It might be David Johnson.
Emmett Smith played.
I also couldn't tell you any running back before David Johnson.
But there's a lot of, Beanie Wells. There's a lot of really.
Yeah, they had a lot of like kind of
Random
like
guys.
fill in the holes. Yeah, probably David Johnson though.
Steelers.
Franco.
I don't know.
Bell.
Yeah? I wouldn't say all time, though. I think Bettis.
Oh yeah, bit Bettis. Yeah. Yeah. Bettis.
Rocky Blyer.
Bettis. Bettis.
Harris.
Tiki.
Tiki was on the Giants, though.
Yeah.
Who am I pointing at?
Oh.
He's doing like all of our teams.
Peyton. Jackson.
Over Falk?
Over Dickerson?
Oh, that guy. Well, I don't know though. I still might give it to Jackson.
Dickerson had a great single season, but Jackson was fucking churning yards every year he ran.
I might do Marshall Falk, though.
I might give him. I might make him do a shot for using the word churning. without the word butter preceding it. All right. Real quick, we're going to do all these. One last thing, then we'll do our beer reviews. So you guys can agree, then we'll do our own. Who's the best quarterback for the Steelers all time?
Ben.
I don't care how many Super Bowls Terry Bradshaw won. He played terrible in all of them.
No, I'm going to go with Ben.
All right, who's the best wide receiver of all time?
The Steelers?
Antonio Brown.
Production-wise, Brown had a lot.
It's either him or Lynn Swan.
I mean, I can't discount Hines Ward whatsoever.
I wouldn't say better than the other two. He was good for that team. He wasn't greatest of all time.
So Jericho Cotchery?
Mike Wallace.
Did you guys have Jericho Cotchery?
No, Jets did.
Who was the guy you guys had for a while that the Bears got?
Marcus Wheaton.
No, neither of them. It wasn't Bears didn't get him then.
Marcus Wheaton.
Nah, I think he was like on the team like the
Davis Bryant.
No, like when the last Super Bowl Ward won.
I
think it might have been Jericho Cotchery. Is that the only Jericho you had?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be him. All right, so who are we saying? Brown?
I'm saying Brown.
I mean, I can't argue with Brown's numbers. No, I can't.
Okay. Running back.
Bettis.
Front seven guy. Linebacker /
Jack
That's
Lambert.
hard.
I think it's hard for him. Wait till we get to me.
Yeah, Jack Lambert's a scary motherfucker with no
No
teeth.
offense to the Steelers. I'm not saying any shit on the Steelers. I'm saying
Lambert.
you're talking about front seven. Wait, you think it's hard for them?
85 Bears, baby.
Fuck
You
85
can say
Bears.
me-
It's just been forever.
You can say me and Joe.
I think Lambert over Joe.
Yeah, I'm
I think
more
I
scared.
think Lambert was a better player.
I'm more scared of Lambert running at me.
Me and
than I
Joe
am
Green
of
started it.
Yeah, I give it to Jack Lambert as well.
But Jack Lambert used to like knock people down, then step on their throats to get leverage.
Yeah.
All right, and then defensive back.
Bob Marley.
You said Mel Blunt earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I said Mel Blunt. Yeah.
Mel Blunt.
All right, Rebecca, do you want to do this? Okay. Mass quarterback.
Warner.
Yeah. Running
Bolger.
back. Foles. Running back.
Jackson.
Wide receiver.
Trey Mason.
Zach Stacy.
Trey Mason.
Zach
Wide receiver.
Stacy.
Isaiah Pete.
It's okay to say Chris Gibbons. What did you say?
I'm torn. I said Isaiah Pete.
Oh, gross. I forgot about him.
That's a real
There's only
throwback
one.
name.
Torrey Holt.
Yeah.
You can say Isaac Bruce.
Bruce is up there too, though.
I think Torrey Holt was better.
Better as a Ram.
It's funny. They're both close for different reasons. That's why they were so good together.
Greatest show on turf.
Who's the guy that got shot in the head?
Bingo.
That was Stedman Bailey.
Him.
All right, front seven guy.
Aaron Donald.
Mark
Yeah.
Barron.
Or Deacon Jones, one of the two of them.
Mark Barron.
And defensive back.
He played for a year. Does Night Train count?
It's up to you, dude. It's your team.
Marcus Peters.
Best cornerback all time?
You know something?
Jason Sehorn.
He
Did
played.
Dami Samoa played for us for a little bit, I think.
Did he?
Who?
So
Not the Asmar.
No.
He played for the Eagles and the Raiders.
That's it.
You know, it was a guy who played for the Lions that I forgot about, and he may have played for the Rams too. Remember Dre Bly?
He was only a Lion.
Are you sure he was only a Lion?
Oh, he was a Redskin.
I mean, I know he was a Lion. I don't
He
know.
was just a Redskin and a Lion.
Yeah. But he was pretty good.
Usually when you're a Lion, you go to the Redskins.
I mean, kinda.
They had him and Champ Bailey.
They did. Yes, they did. Pretty good combo there.
Dre Bly is up there.
Did Dre Bly
Alright,
play for the
alright.
Rams?
Aeneas Williams, that's who I was thinking.
Oh,
of.
Aeneas Williams. Good on you for remembering or
He
finding
didn't.
that guy.
Yeah, I said, don't just say remember.
Aeneas, yeah,
Aeneas
unbelievable.
Williams is probably
Huh?
who I'm going
Bears.
to say.
What position?
Quarterback.
Sid Luckman.
Coward.
No. Sid
Receiver.
Luckman.
Receiver.
Sid Luckman. No. Curtis Conway. In my opinion. Although I think Brandon Marshall might get the nod on a lot of people's radars.
Kevin White. Running back.
Oh, dude. Jeremy Langford.
Thank you.
Jeremy
The
Lin.
greatest running back of all time.
He was going to be
Peyton.
good.
Peyton.
Defensive back.
Defensive back? Oh, Tillman.
Jeff
McMahon.
Fisher.
Front seven. Bricks.
Singletary, Urlacher. You
That'd
got
be Ditka.
Durson. You got
Ditka was a tight end.
Yeah, I know.
Or
He played
Butkus.
everywhere.
Probably Dick Butkus.
Kicker.
Probably cool. Anybody with
Double
the last
doink.
name that's not Parky. No, see, it's just tough because you talk about front seven for the Bears. Think right off the bat, I think Dick Butkus, Mike Singletary, Richard Dent, Brian Urlacher, Lance Briggs, Dan Hampton. Like, there's just so
Out
many.
of all those guys, who's
What
the
about
worst head
McMichael?
coach?
Dan Hampton.
Mike Singletary.
Nah, dude. Dan Hampton coached the 0-16 Lions.
Did he?
No. It was Mike Singletary.
No, that was fucking, what's his name? Mariucci.
Nah, it was Leslie Nielsen.
None of the coaches we mentioned
Not
coached that
McMichael?
team, the 0-16 Lions.
Who
Alright.
was it?
Quick thing. Best kicker for the Steelers?
I always like Jeff Reed.
Yeah, probably. For the Rams?
Oh, is that the guy who wore 07?
No, he wore
That's
three.
me.
Just to piss Paul off, Legatron.
It's so terrible.
I don't know any other kicker for the Rams.
Why can't it just be Greg the Leg?
That is his name. That's what they call him now.
You called him Legatron.
It's in fucking Madden.
No, it's not.
Let me tell you something. Jeffrey could hit 40 and in.
And he was good.
100% 40 and in. 41 0 for 3,000. Kind of like every Steelers kicker since.
Including Sean Sweezum.
Oh, God, I don't even say the name.
He was good.
Right.
I mean, he had,
Bad
Your
as a Redskin.
reviews? Matt's when you go first. You have the least amount to prepare for.
Gross.
Yep. Goy Bear from Scar City Brewing. Souls?
So I started off with Hazy Bastard. Pretty solid. Give it a 2-star.
Wow. High
I-
marks
I-
for Souls.
I give it a 3-star, actually. Pretty solid. Went to the Funk Brewing Company Citrus Beer. Pretty solid itself. Gave it a 3.5. I didn't give it anything. I'm going off the top of my head. But it's close. It's in my top 5 beers.
Wow. Top 5.
Because it's solid. It's not stupid. Like
Not
Guinness.
bad.
From Emmaus, Pennsylvania. I don't know how to say that.
I know that's why
It's
good.
about
From
that,
Pennsylvania.
Baron? Red?
I started off with the beer I closed with last week, the Liberty Bell Ringer from Victory, Pennsylvania, 8.7% rather. Very tasty. I reviewed it last week. Then I had a Sea Hag from Nebco. First time ever having it on the show, I'm pretty sure, from Connecticut, 6.2%. Don't know the price when you buy it. Amber in color, earthy floral scents, same flavor. Very solid IPA. This is actually one of the IPAs that I think stands out in Connecticut. It tastes good. It's a good IPA for
Yeah,
what
it's
it
a
is.
trash beer.
It's not a trash beer whatsoever.
If you like it, it's trash.
It's not though. It's really good. In fact, it's one of those IPA. Not that's the thing, but on draft, I think it's better than
You know what else
can.
is trash? Guinness.
Guinness is pretty good. I give it 3 stars. Sure, I'll get it again. And I closed with the citrus here from Funk Brewing, Pennsylvania, 6.7%. Don't know how much it costs. Golden color, kind of a citrusy floral aroma as well as flavor. Easy drinking. Decent IPA. Not super juicy. I give it 3 stars. Maybe we'll get again.
You will.
I started off with the Victory Liberty Bell Ringer as well. I reviewed that last week as well. I gave it 3.5. I get it again. You know, it's a good quality IPA. The double dry hop double IPA. DDHP DIP. Hey.
Hey.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Hey.
So then I went. Actually, I started off like my warm up was the Bud Light, and that was to swallow some pills. Just give it a it's NA. You're not really going to rank it. There's no point. Next,
beer.
I had the Highlight, otherwise known as the Jayajai, from Cigar City Brewing. It's an IPA. Citrus notes. That's about it. I didn't really get much on the nose from it. Taste-wise, I got some of that citrus came through, but it was just kind of like bland and bitter, and then like kind of like a sandy quality. I thought it was really gross. I gave it a 0.5 star, so that I wouldn't get it again.
I love that. Sandy quality.
And then I finished off as well with the Funk Citrus Brewing. I gave the nose, I got a citrusy on it, and I also got a little bit of pepper. And then on the taste, I got a lot of that citrus, very light, minimal on the bitter, which you should be getting from a quality citrus IPA. And I found it very smooth, very lacking on the booze quality, especially for a 6.7. I gave it 3 stars, and I said I'd get it again.
You know how your
Very
team
good.
is trash?
When you can't think of it if it's back for the Giants?
When your 37th, 38th player is a rookie from last year and a head coach. Being Saquon Barkley and Tom Coughlin.
Dude, Nova has been killing it since the All-Star break. His ERA is like 2.1 since the All-Star break. They just smashed the Twins up.
There we go.
All right, so social media. Since Mock's not here, I guess you'll have to fill in, Reed.
That's me.
Can they find us in places?
Yes, you can. You can find us on Facebook, Getting Sports with the Drunk, Instagram at Getting Sports with the Drunk, Twitter, GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's ranking your favorite players of all time or punching Rebecca in the toe.
That's right.
Twice.
Every Monday night, you can find us on the PPRN Radio Network. And otherwise, you can find us on the Spreaker service. So we're there. And basically, anywhere you listen to a podcast, be it iTunes, Google Play, iHeart, we're there. We're there. And we plan on staying there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, wherever you find internet and radio and podcasts, all that stuff, that's where you find us.
That's right.
We love feedback. Reach out to us. Hopefully, Machcine Washable's got a Twitter poll going. I actually have something kind of fun. If Mock doesn't have a Twitter poll, I got a Twitter poll idea I want to pitch to him in the future. I want to start doing. I got this from another podcast that I listen to. Maybe post our draft. I want to every once in a while. We seem to get good Twitter poll feedbacks. I was thinking we should come up with 4 topics that we want to discuss, and let the Twitterverse decide which one we talk about.
Yeah, I like
And
that
that'll
a
be our
lot.
second hour. Our beefy hour.
Yeah.
That'll be our
For sure.
second hour. Something like that. So stay tuned on the Twitter polls. You guys can decide what you want to listen to and what you want the outcome to be, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But until then, remember, 2 weeks from today is our live Getting Sports with Drunk fantasy draft. We'll have 8 participants on a live draft setting. Stickers, draft board, the whole thing. We'll post it all. It'll be fantastic.
It's gonna be a beaut.
Rebecca will reach again for sure. And got a lot of good stuff coming up. Football season's right around the corner.
Very exciting.
3 weeks from now, we'll be talking about.
Week 1.
Yeah, 3 weeks from now, we'll be reviewing week 1. 2 weeks from now, we'll be making predictions for week 1. It's a great time. I know Kendall's very excited.
Oh, yeah.
Kendall's itching to get to it.
Oh, yeah.
So until then, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler. Nope.
Oh, I forgot who was even here. Their bearded souls.
The Masked Chris Massey.
And the Red Baron.
Yeah.